which is why they started, they hard countered by
hard counter. Mantap banget.
Is this yeah, exactly. Is this a previous kind of homework that Vamos could bring up to utilize its SRG? Possible. It's very, very possible because you want a lot of direction. It's interesting because then again, one does well against tanks because you can up here. But yeah, I don't explain yourself.
I'm looking for burst potential. I'm looking for big tricks. I'm looking for a carry because you want to make full use of this singular factor from show, which is to keep people over to you. You are able to literally block one person out, right? One is not someone that is able to burst you down. Neither is an Aurora that's able to do that. And as such, you're actually putting quite a bit of burden over the sides in order to make full use of the weight of traffic and burst that person down. Now,
I was looking over on towards art side. They gave me the face that I don't know. This show is starting to look like a tram show more than it's starting to look like a traditional group show. It's been done regular season. Yes, it has been. And also, this is a little bit of flex. I'll give it to them. I agree with the flex, but I do think that the one is to deny the options almost more than it is to benefit themselves. I think that's why we're seeing that SRG back though. They want easy things to catch. Put them on a BM6 or something like that. Put them on a lot of stuff they have to, right? We see the lucky. Oh, actually, yeah, it's not so technically need to go as well. You know what? Let's put not already maintenance because I want to tight around. It pushes you back. I think the ticker is a good bang for SRT. We're going to stop all these big engagements that are coming through and so on, mainly based on the aggression. But I think that I don't think I do have to beginning. I don't think it's the way to go forward because you're picking 1-1 against and up against Nolan. Which
Against
so much easy pickings for Chibi. I'm seeing the disagreement on towards the side of the casters. I'm just trying to interpret the side here, but they're trying to inform me that the last time we saw Joe actually be played by Crab was in tandem with 1-1 on Innocent. So their expertise on this one is
you guys think them the wrong one.
When they picked the show, but they won. Yeah, they won the game. They don't lose that often. Okay. The only exception is Anthony, and I remember that graph mistake. We do see the double catch actually get picked up here. I was thinking more towards Vamos' side until I saw that one. So now I'm a little iffy on it, right? Because now we have like a toss-up between two potential EXP laners, both of which having their own differentiation of bad matchups.
There's a lot of counter engage from the side of SRT. And I think that's pretty nice. And to add onto the show with the engage and initiation, I think that right now these four are looking good, but not necessarily great when it comes down to 5v5. They become a general altogether, but it's really just all about mechanics and how they execute it.
Whoa, Zuby. I like Singapore, you always prioritize.
It's always the good one.
It's not to show so hard. Want to keep window in? Nah, I'm gonna stop you right there. This is
Like that a lot. Innocent assassin.
Give me a high boost. Give me a. Okay.
I'm gonna deal with Ruby and
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I was hoping this season guys on the assassination.
but there is a very obvious fact that the guys didn't do well. They do not with the and so they found the groove with Studio and
That's fair. That's fair. With that being said, we're gonna throw it over to our pastors for this game. Sapa, take it away.
thank you very much, gentlemen. Game 4 coming up. We're gonna go two ways because we're at the halfway points now. But either Vamos achieve equilibrium or SRB prove themselves enough of making history once more in Malaysia. We're gonna hop right in. And so far, the blue side has taken the W. We'll see if Language can change this on the red side in game 4 with Vamos on 3. A victory here
Oh shit tuh ini mah nih.
In game number 4, Cindy doesn't defend infectious. Good to see going back on and reveal through Red Riding Hood to the big bad wolf, but we get the opposite path to the jumpers, both of them starting on the orange bump. You guys end up where Kylos is supposed to be, where or achieving there when Kylos to be. You guys made up no lane. Who finds info to confirm where the path is? So unfortunately, my assumption that this would be cram show did turn out to be incorrect. Ooh, it switched window. Oh, that's well done. It sure does. And Ruby Rope is supposed to be kind of an answer for Toro too. So you already showing something to start things off here. And we're already thinking, right? Throughout this series, the team that is able to X out an early lead for themselves has a pretty good chance of closing the game. First blood isn't usually going to determine anything too heavily, but Zorn is going to lose a bit more presence on the map. This now is into it that show if there's any response from James, as Alpano did mention, he wasn't included in the previous team, so he wants to do something to Zorn. And now Zorn wants to run away, look at the blast, Zorn gets down with mobility as RG forces him back home. I really like how Yums knew that Zorn was going to dash over the wall as well. He was already setting up for it with Deacon though. Unfortunately, this guy didn't have any skills left to follow up the kill, but Yums does seem to understand it. Oh, wow, he was coming in the flicker. Pretty no whole bars there. SRG wants to speed it up. SRG wants to show that it is possible to get that early game victory on the red side of the draft. And we are definitely seeing Yums now showing that he can do just as well as Zorn by escaping a narrow situation with low HP. Team Ramos, they do have something tools, so once they get to team fighting, they have a lot of utility that they can play around, so Red Giants will need to be more strategic with their entry. So it's time for school solo, pretty place there right up the side, but SRG will just eat it up. GP finds the turtle, SOD comes in from that, but unfortunately SRG are prime for victory, losing one but taking two. Well,
Warlord.
trying a bit too hard to force it. They literally all
Ibi. Soda ya?
They're still doing a better job, it seems. The guitar being used as a secondary initiator. This is what we mentioned as well. When you have both the way the dragon and the app card guardian to play around, it gives you a lot more space to determine which angles you want to attack from. I really, really like Stormy's positioning this game. He knows where he needs to be. Not unfortunately, that's the best hero if you are going into it. Okay, angle, save Stormy. TV wants more pretty fast in the right direction. Here's an also forces Ness to retreat. I'm seeing this argument despite having that slight moment of advantage. Still somehow able to outmaneuver Zorn. Generally, the advantage that SRG creates for themselves in the early game comes heavily off of the laning priority. We're seeing a lot of that right now with the waves being shoved up and controlled on both sides of the map. It is a straight up winning trade against Nets here, which is giving them a lot more freedom to open up, explore, and look for players that they can maybe catch off guard. Humans especially right now doing an excellent job of comboing with the Aurora to get pick up. I mean, as you can know, Nets is so purified. The Humans has to pick up. When they find a pick, seems like that would be the case. Nets been too far away for Humans. You can literally hear the audience react to Nets dashing away from the show there. I know some people will say, oh, that's how it's moved, but you know, he kind of has to do it. Yeah, well, go for one instead, right? Take him on the third time. They people on the box, then in case the third one will bottom denied. They drop the green carpet, notice that way in the fight, but you do escape. They were noticeable, trying to be fighting, innocently shows up, full and dash, compromise, both fingers, just fine, the three, but boom, movie sacrifice, and SRG gets away with two. When SRG is comfortable, they are able to tank damage strategically to spread it out across the team. They will often leave fights with very low HP across the board, and that is what we are seeing right now. Yums do the exact same thing as Zorn in the previous game, going in, setting up, taking damage, then getting out on a sliver when he's already done exactly what he needs to do. SRG right now with the pre-take only 5 minutes in is already in complete control of the map. Team Vamos, making scaling, not too bad, but TB. I was just about to say, Jordan has went now 4 times in 5 minutes. It could have been a split, but thankfully he had to click up. Much more SRG finds priority a minute before to respond. One of the education every single time. Once in a raw ultimate, but this does not get to achieve the same effect that SRG has. And it's surprising too, considering SRG are the ones running at them. But you can see the way they split out the team fight is making that manipulation hard to man. And Fram is eating everything up. I think it's a fix on the bot tier 1. Fram is still tanky. GB from the back was forming. That's the pass about. Good kick from you. The kick's on me. SRG have reached the point of the game where members are willing to throw bodies and live potentially in order to funnel this is innocent.
Cakep badan ini anjing.
Now it's about being a leg again, being a first total team to see that back same team and still keeping the golden road, mortal runs alive.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Mas Bas kangen Ibal ya. Kenapa Ibal? Who's Ibal?
He fought and he nearly took out Nets and TV by himself. The guy's forces appear by other wall on you for the kick. That's the roundhouse right there.
Mati Son.
The game is officially out of control. This is the same situation we've seen throughout the series on both sides. A second and we're playing 8 minutes in.
Deyan masker rusak. Dapat masker rusak anjing.
Will this one not really function? I don't know, you have so much set in the show, in the Aurora, in the guitar. It's so easy.
In the guitar.
Again, prepping for another potential kick. Warlock is taunted out in that roundhouse. To the backside, Innocent shows up. You tell him one line, but Innocent not a hero. If he wants it, he gets it. He's not a fool. Again, free. This cannot go out in time. The tip down with SRG, and now the objective is compromised. You can see the difference in gold making his presence plain. A fracture right in the center of an entire group of SRG. And it's like they weren't even tickled. Innocent finding those angles. SRG so bulky.
Oh iya ya, nggak masuk suaranya cok, lupa.
The avatar
Nah.
to escape, maybe do some poke damage, and SRG just walk out of it as if they never took any damage at all.
Well, you can say the same for Warlord, right? And then Purify, Hume sticking on him, drop an iceberg, Warlord walks out. It's a good time to talk about how this feels like poetry in motion. Like Shakespeare can't even write this. 2 seasons ago, Smooth was denied a trophy by basically most of the Vamos roster except for Nets. And now, he's on road to get the second one with them. But it seems like it is getting further and further away from possibility. AOG shows up, Cram is going for the back line. Nets forced to retreat, Smooth again, needs to keep his team alive.
It's not good when your high-lows is forced to use Glorious Pathway multiple times in succession for defensive play. Sling Red Giants knows this, and like you mentioned, Husky, there are players on Team Vamos that are eager to look for that trophy. They even said earlier in a video that they want to award a champion title to Nets, the only player on their team who hasn't had one under his belt. but before them looms a massive wall.
And that wall is used again with the kick. Showmanship from this man, SRG, will show Vamos how it's done. No inhibitors fall, but SRG are in full control.
Vamos is used to treating their opponents as nothing but pebbles on the road, but the Red Giants are a massive obstacle on their road to victory.
Time to split the battle lines again. SRG will just go against the current. They do lose Innocent though, as Nets decides that he has had enough, but he can't follow up further. It's a good stop, but Nets is not going to take this, is he? Oh, he does. No follow-up from the rest of Vamos.
I know how tempting that can seem. SRG is so low in total, but he knows that a single freeze from Stormy and he throws away a little bit of momentum that they were able to get because Innocent overstayed his welcome. That's the first death on the 1-1. Pretty good shutdown, all going over to Nets, who, while he hasn't been able to farm as safely as Innocent, still actually has not died yet this game. So his farm is not too bad at all. It's only about one item behind Innocent. He's still actually a threat for the Red Giants.
It was sort of a 2K goal swing for Team Vamos, just like that. Another AOG this time on the 2. And Salam Red Giants keep the ball rolling. Stolen AOG, Waller is out of that, but the rest of his team left behind to suffer at the hands of SRG. Another knockout on the Zorn, another iceberg drop. Zorn escaped, but Ness just does not have the damage to take down SRG.
Personally speaking, I'm a little bit worried that SRG is getting a little gung-ho. They're jumping into the enemy jungle without really thinking too hard about it because of their lead, and they're just gonna keep going.
Gonna lose use in the process. Innocent trying to go for the Venus point, gets pulled back, but
Oh!
the crossbow is in the air, and Innocent will not be denied. SRG now have an angle, but Vamos clears out the minion wave in time.
How is that possible? The
Let's see where they go.
speed of that reaction to be able to escape with crossbow of 10 under those circumstances. Innocent showing why he is the regular season MVP, why he is half man, half beast. His micro on another level.
Half man, half beast, but fully eternal. Now this Lord most likely will go over to SRG unless Vamos can make hell of a steal. Even the level disadvantage is gone, so it is an even fight, and Chibi in these moments always pulls it off, but against SRG it feels too tough to attain. Cram again finds the taunt. The rest of SRG are a bit far away, so they will just wait for the Lord.
Ideally, Vamos would have just bought a bit more time as well. Maybe let Nets get a free tower up top. He was close to getting it. Maybe the minions will finish it off, Innocent.
Ngelup
And he
gimana
stopped it in
caranya?
time. He actually does, so it's basically dead anyway. Team Vamos needs to commit to a little bit of macro play, which they can do with a Moskov, but Selangor Red Giants are just gonna keep upping the ante. One inhibitor already down, only 2 structures left standing, and the Lord pushing down the center. 20 kills to 6. Can they hold this?
At the cusp of history and SRG, they need 2 more. This one could shrink that gap. Yums once more is priming up that Jikundo. You overextend a little bit, and that roundhouse kick is coming right at your face. Sakai soaks out all of the bursts, and Smooth just disappears. You don't even see him. SRG has taken 2 inhibitors so far, and Cram is going to keep them all topped up for another go.
Oh, another inhibitor falls. The last one, SRG are gonna try and sink the wave to deal with, but Vamos, since they were able to clear up, actually have minions holding there. SRG are looking for the crystal though.
And Wallace tries to clear the way, but unfortunately, SRG will clear out their members instead. The crystal goes down, and SRG takes game 4 to put themselves at the front of the finishing line.
The Selangor Red Giants are 1 victory away from making history as the first back-to-back Malaysian champions. Vamos, faced with disappointment, a defeat on the blue side of the draft, will need to scrounge up anything they can find to change their fates.
The Red Giants
chase
have
their
had
fate.
foot across the finishing line, halfway through that door to become legends of their own era. About to carve that insignia on the Hall of Fame, the Mount Rushmore of MPL Malaysia. And what a time we live in. Again, we talked about the evolution from just a small army to a band of troopers, to having an empire, a dynasty, and now a potential legacy. Now in the Chaos of Glory, let's see what the panel has to say about SRG's win in this game number 4.
Thank you, casters. Oh my God, match point for SRG as the red side of the sea is already giving their cheers and jeers. Vamos right now just looking for that turnaround with their only hope of turning this around against SRG in a reverse sweep fashion. You're still watching the grand finals here, playoffs and championship Sunday of the MPL NY Season 14. We have got Churros once again, as well as Abstract here on the desk. What do you think about the game? Because again, it feels like SRG have this unstoppable momentum.
Just to add on to your point, momentum is an understatement. This is a meta that rewards aggression. So when you pick up a Cho, when you're in the face of your enemy jungle, and you constantly batter at them, forcing them to retreat, you lose out so much resources coming through. The Ruby pickup, he died a lot of times. Zorn died a lot of times. He got punished a lot. Is there a hero that can match the aggression that Cho brings?
I think it was a good idea, but I definitely think that in terms, if it was an EXP matchup, sure, that could have been their saving grace here. But it just wasn't. And when you are talking about raw impact, Yums just has so much more influence, so much more reach. And honestly, if Yums played like this from the beginning of the playoffs, I don't even think they would have to go through a lower bracket run.
Honestly, yeah, especially since I kind of draw relation to Yums when I can't remember which hero he played, but he definitely said easy hero. So at this point in time when he said that, I thought that, okay, if this is actually gonna go to Roma, the Cho that is, to go over to the side of Yums, maybe I'm a little bit worried because he might not be that confident after losing the Todak that way.
That's what I thought so as well. I mean, I think he was playing Matilda into Red Esports when they were in the lower brackets. But I think at this point, it just goes to show SRG, they kind of downloaded all the information that they need in game number 1, and now their momentum brings them to match point. I think there's got to be some way for Vamos, because now even their infamous Valentina opener on blue side has been defeated.
Yeah, and talking about aggression and talking about like having Valentina in the early game, dealing a lot of damage, doing a lot of burst even, I think picking up that Moskov was a little bit of a gamble for the side of Vamos, just because Moskov takes a lot of time to skill up and get that damage coming through.
I mean, I want to say yes, but at the same time, Wanwan kind of builds 2 out of the 3 Trinity as
But
well.
you don't need to buy boots.
But you
so
don't need to buy boots. That's a good point.
in the early game, that 300 extra gold damage or attack speed,
It could be
it's
an
a
egg.
lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a component. It's straight up a component, and I think that at the very least, that's actually a really good point here. Now, coming towards a drafting perspective, do you think that this was a huge mistake from Vamos' side to open up with the Valentina, which is probably how their order was wrong, or could it
They
have
have a
been
game
more
plan.
polished?
They definitely have a game plan, but I think they wasn't expecting SRG to pick up that Cho, because I think they wanted to go with the Valentina Cho again. So Cho pushing back with the Way of the Dragon into Valentina, and then maybe forcing non-essential ultimates out from the side of SRG, but it's not enough.
On the contrary, I actually thought that for the side of Vamos, they fully expected the Cho. Because of the fact that, well, SRG, they definitely do have a Yums that play Cho, and in the meantime, when it comes down to Zorn, he's the master of Cho. He's meant to play Cho, and of course, if you're super good at a hero, you know how to counter him, and you know how the opponent play. So one thing that Zorn probably didn't expect is how he's been more or less shut down by Yums time and time again. Definitely something that is not what he expects, and especially since, you know, there could be a chance that Zorn is just been thinking, okay, I am not the target, so maybe I don't have to worry about a Cho so much.
Yeah. I think one of the main reasons as well is Vamos actually, or both these teams over the past 4 games, prioritize the Hylos in either the first or second pick. But Hylos, out of the 4 games, win 1, lose 3. It's not having a lot of success, because it's such an easy picking. You go in, there is no way of retreat, and you have to burst an essential ultimate coming out of any of the major skirmishes that come through.
Do you think that if they swapped it over to maybe Edith, that could have been the answer here?
Definitely, because you have the Edith and Ruby combo as well. Earth Shatter into the pullback. Got a lot of options right here, because a single target stun or STS is not enough, especially when you're going to play team fight. But in this case, the only AoE crowd control comes in the form of that Ruby. But once you pull everyone in, there is no follow-up straight away. And having that Valentina with not a lot of ultimates that you can bank on, especially the Frigid Glacier, which takes some time to open up and then freezes your opponent. Within that kind of buffer times, SRG can just dash off. That's why 1-1 was picked up.
That makes a lot of sense here, because even if we were talking about just like raw ultimates, the 1-1 just doesn't care. You steal the Aurora ult, you steal the AOG, you steal the Way of the Dragon with Spirit of Alpha. Literally does not matter to her at all as long as she has her cooldowns up. But speaking from SRG's point of view, right? This Gatot. Overall, Gatot has been doing phenomenally well throughout this matchup for both Vamos and as well as SRG. Is this a problem that Vamos need to address straight away? Because it feels like now that they're going back toward that red side, SRG, I don't think they're going to ban it out. There's a high likelihood that Vamos is going to flex it, but really the flexing, it can only go so far, and I feel like we finally hit that plateau of like, oh, now you're gonna choose Ruby into Cho while we have the flex of both Hylos and as well as Gatot.
Yeah, to your point, there's only 10 bans. There's only so much you can ban out, and I think that Gato Gacha is definitely, you know, he's killable. He's not really that unkillable, depending on how well you pay them. But it's also super vital in splitting up team fights front to back. You don't really have to. It's a very high committal hero as well. So I think Vamos has a plan to deal with the Gato Gacha, but it should be prioritized either in the first or second pick.
First or second pick, something to keep in mind here. Rich Guy obviously going over the innocent carry, going over the nets, actually dealing a decent amount of damage with the help of his passive, piercing through and hitting multiple targets. I do think, well, as much as I would like to believe that Vamos had a chance in that game, I felt like the goalie was pretty much too out of hand and their composition wasn't strong enough to actually deal with it, considering that they didn't have much high ground defense. And that's the big thing here. I feel like right now, marksmen's, as much as I feel like as much as this Moskov did well, I would like them to kind of pivot their compositions more towards like Beatrix. At least then you have a secondary person who can clear the wave. And I mean, Valentina, she's like she's short to mid range, so even then it's pretty dangerous to walk up.
Yeah, so in the end of the day, it's still about how you manage waves and all that kind of stuff. I really want to see the plays, the macro plays from the Moskov. That is quite literally the beauty of what Moskov brings onto the board. But once again, I always want to say that MPLMY's meta is just different.
We're a little weird.
Where macro probably isn't the top priority per se. Split pushes definitely is nice, is great, but it's not at the top of your mind. It's just kind of like somewhere at the back of your head. It's a great escape mechanism. If someone's jumping me, okay, SOG, I'm just gonna run away, that kind of stuff. But
I'm sorry, did we not all just watch game number 3 over there? Like game 4, I get it. Maybe not the most macro intensive, but game number 3 at the very least, like we were. I mean, SRG were winning, but they were making all the smart choices.
But that's just SRG. But for a team like Vamos, who's like a very strong in the local scene, when you go into the international stage, now I'm bringing it up to M6. When you're facing up against teams like Philippines and all that, you really need to watch your lanes. You need to really watch your back, because any single one of the players will be able to take advantage of the lack of lane control, so to speak.
Maybe that's something they could address. With that being said, we're gonna go with an MPL offstage segment by Holly with Poji and Cheryl.
Alrighty, so thank you so much, guys. And now we're here at MPL Offstage, brought to you by Hotlink. Now here we have 2 representatives from both teams. So tell us more about who you are. What's your name?
Hello guys, my name is Bob Husky, and I'm a community leader from Salam Damai. That's why I'm leading the chant in front of you all.
Fantastic. And what about you, sir?
Hello, my name is Dean, and I'm a fan for Vamos.
Fantastic. So now, first question to both of you. It's no longer Malaysia versus Malaysia anymore, because these 2 representatives will be representing Malaysia over the M6. So what are your hopes for the teams on the international scene?
Boleh jawab bahasa Melayu. Kamus di sini, kamus di sini. Tenang.
Okay, so harapan saya tak kisah tim Vamos ke tim SRG ke, asalkan dua-dua tim dah layak. So sekarang harapan saya sebagai rakyat Malaysia sendiri, saya nak tengok kalau boleh, tak kisah mana-mana tim yang akan mengangkat Piala M6.
Okay, so guys, harapan saya untuk kedua-dua pasukan tunjukkan diorang adalah 2 tim yang terbaik daripada Malaysia dan menunjukkan Malaysia antara tim yang terbaik di seluruh dunia. Boleh guys?
That's what Dane said. For Dane, he doesn't care because both of them already, being the Malaysia representative, but
for him, he hopes that both of them can do great in M6 and can lift the trophy in M6 because they represent the Malaysian name. So Malaysia have to win the championship because Malaysia have never won M series. That's for him. That's his hope. But that's for Bob. Bob has a big particular name. He hoped for SRG to lift the championship.
Both team. I hope both a team.
Just now you said SRG, my
No,
man.
bro. I said dua team.
Dua team here.
Yeah.
You SRG, but never mind. Nevertheless, both of them is Malaysia team, correct or not, my man?
No.
No pula.
Correct.
Correct kan tak correct. Whatever it is lah, my man, my friend, and anywhere. And also because we are trying to reach the highest PCU because I've got friends and family in Cambodia. So untuk bang on my I love I'm a Pramroi juga. Tapi apa pun kita nak pergi dekat video istimewa. Let's go.
Thanks, Poji, the ultimate troller here. This guy knows how to mess with you. Oh man, I've never seen him break Bob's ankles like that before. And don't worry, it's totally fine. They're personal friends, so it's totally fine for him to do so. We're aware of it. So relax, guys in chat. Now, we're bringing in Deadeye once again to give a fresh take to look on this week. So far, from the last time you were on here, SRG's momentum has doubled. Tripled even in this matchup.
And most likely to be...
No.
I'm here to see...
We're in here for a good time.
I know.
You look behind you. You look those Vamos fans in the face and say what they're about to say.
Now I'm in danger.
You're in a lot of danger, Bucko. You're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side of the caster's desk. The Vamos side is literally right behind us, and they're hoping for that reverse sweep.
Okay, I'll...
The desk is burning and it's like, this is fine.
I have my... the moment I sit in the desk, Vamos win. Me, yeah. So, I'm here again.
Oh.
Okay.
We'll take your word for it. We will take your word. But let's get into the technical side of it.
All right.
Because right now, we're hoping if Vamos were to win, what is a winning draft going to look like? Because it feels like SRG is kind of one-up them every single time. It's not like they're completely winning the draft, but at the very least, SRG is winning one particular role, which makes the entire draft crumble.
And I think that role is going to be the roamer indeed. For me personally, because it opens a lot of opportunities. Again, the show, this time around, Yoon's in the hands of the show. He did a lot of incredible plays, especially in the early stage of the game. It enabled the cores for the side of SRG.
I feel that the EXP and the roam is kind of works in tandem with one another. And honestly, I feel that, oh wait, hold on a second. I have never seen this before.
Oh man, this is a yellow card given by our referee. Late to exit player rooms when informed by marshals to go onto the stage. Unfortunate. Better make sure that you guys are following etiquette. You cannot stay in your player rooms longer than necessary, especially when our marshals give that signal.
Ooh, so what happened then?
Can you
is it a warning?
It's a yellow card. Relax, it's a yellow card.
So you guys got a red card.
Sorry, Philippines is not a football country, so
I'm not a football guy as well.
Hey, look, Malaysia is a football country. We know what a yellow card is. You don't
just
have
a warning.
It's
Just a warning. Okay.
warning. Don't worry. But this goes to both teams specifically. Both of them walked out late here, and we got a show to run, unfortunately. Now, as we're getting back into this, I do think that at the very least, if Vamos is going to turn it around, you said that it was going to be in the EXP, you said that it was going to be towards the roaming sector. I feel that they are just cursed. Smooth, unfortunately, Husky actually brought it up a really good time because Smooth, unfortunately, in his time in SMG, he has only seen that trophy one time in his hands. Prior to that, cursed to second place, and now joining Vamos, Vamos previously under the Homeboys banner, who recently won Season 12. That's when he was like, this is the team that I could hold another trophy with, and it feels like SRG came up at the wrong time and back to being cursed to second place.
Oh, okay. That's kind of sad.
Dude,
to
it's
be
deep
honest.
lore, man.
Especially since they mentioned specifically that they want to give the trophy to Nets, you know, give him, and
Compared to SG, we're kind of systematic in our stance, but here in the MPL MY, somehow superstitions are kind of a factor when it comes to win his game.
Yeah, we gotta blow it to our Game Boy cartridges before it works, before it loses the Game Boy, right? I mean, that's all part and parcel with it, and not to mention that the majority of these members from the side of Vamos have been working extremely hard. They were not, by no means, were a championship team, but once they put at least 2 years into it, they get that one championship, they say, you know, we can do it again. And then SRG comes up and they're like, nah, we're just better.
But I agree. If the same lineup will be on the hands here of the side of Vamos, they can. I mean, I do believe they are also the future here for MPL MY.
Both of them are the future. Both of these rosters, again, a lot. Oh, come on. Talk to me. Let's do the free shot. No!
Left us on red.
Wait,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You know what we want.
Okay.
Okay, here we go, baby. Benedetta! Wait, is that Benedetta?
Yeah, Benedetta.
Oh,
Benedetta.
yes!
Woo! Goddess skins are one of the expensive skins you can have in MLBB.
Yup, God is good, and boy is the fan service even better. Now, SRG on the blue side, up against Vamos on the red side. It's going to be Valentina as well as Eve getting banned out by SRG. They are following their atypical blue side draft.
Okay, yes.
And even getting rid of the Cho, Vamos, they've been sticking to the exact same red side bans every single time. Oh,
Zushin.
They opened up Zushin as well as Suyo. Zushin for sure.
For sure, right? This has been kind of a pattern for the side of SRG. So at least for the side of Vamos, you're just kind of thinking, okay, we are definitely gonna pick up the Suyo, but what's gonna be the next one?
Mantap men, kemana beliau mandi?
And in terms of what we have seen before, it has been a Gatakacha. Or Hylos could be the loss. Yeah.
Okay.
Kamu udah mandi belum, Mats?
So this is a time here for the side of SRG to get the Gatakacha instead. I think Gatakacha is a great counter to the Hylos. We saw how the Hylos used the Glorious Pathway.
Oh, mandi.
And the rest of the team
Lagi di mana nih, Bang Ade?
Avatar of the Guardian cuts them off.
I mean, it's a very tight balance here, right? Gatot, as expected, is going to get locked in alongside with the go-to counter for Suyo, which is the Alpha. But you see that Aerith gets picked up immediately after. So now it looks like they want to get a winning matchup for Nets. I can only imagine that they want to ban out the Tan while they're at it.
The Tan.
Udah dong, udah di warkop, Mats.
Seems to be great.
Lagi main biliar ya, Mats.
Actually didn't prioritize onto their mage. So at this point in time, is currently still available, and I would
Selamat malam semuanya. Kembali lagi bersama saya Mas Bas di channel YouTube Mas Bas. Ini lagi acara final MPL ID MPL Malay MY. Kedudukan 3-1 ya. Habis ini 4-1 sponsor rungkat. SRG back to back champion. Mana Bang Jeff ini?
Going wrapped around while the rest of the team going for the surprise attack.
Belum masih puter-puter nggak jelas. Di warkop puter-puter gimana? Apa yang diputer?
Right? I feel like Hylos kind of forces you into like one lane. You kind of want to follow that lane.
Okay.
And if you're not putting your foot on the gas, I don't know what you're doing with the Hylos. So I do think that Vamos has some good ideas. Number one, getting rid of the Wan, right? You want at least a marksman that you can keep up with, catch really fast. You don't want her to continuously like potentially outplay you and save yourself the effort. SRG decide to get rid of Aurora.
Sorry guys, sorry I gotta cut you off. But me and Shamila a while ago on the talent room, he mentioned that SRG right now, especially the starting of the game 2 onwards, they prioritize Warlords Mage heroes. So this is maybe a thing here for the side of SRG.
Puter apa nih?
Alright. I mean,
di warkop apa lagi muter-muter?
This last band like also a mage, right?
Could be a Vexana.
It could be a Vexana. It could be if it's Farmis. That's how you know for sure. That's how you know for sure. Come on, give it to us. Come on, give us a little bit of a tidbit here, Coach Arcadia. But coming back over to Vamos' side, they also decided to get rid of the Khalid. So again, 2 of the top picks in terms of the EXP, Khalid, as well as the Phobias out of the question now. Does that mean that we're expecting the Gato back into the high loss matchup in the EXP, or do you think there's going to be more variance?
I honestly think that we might be able to see a Gato versus high loss.
puter gak jelas.
I want.
Emang tuh gimana sih sistemnya? Biar bareng minum semua gitu ya?
Honestly, at this point in time,
Segelas,
I want to see
segelas,
either a
muter.
lead or in
Isi lagi muter gitu. Aku belum pernah minum-minum Jo.
Once. 100% win rate. Okay,
Is this a good idea? Let me.
Is this a zone pick?
I don't know. I'm looking at our casters' faces, and they're like, "Yeah, there's some good ideas here." I'm looking back at you guys, and I'm seeing a lot of uncertainty.
Okay, Curse of the Blood shines in major team fights.
Iya, biar gantian
You
guys.
activated one, it shared all the damage on the opposing team.
Solidaritas
And this is a
tanpa
heavy
batas.
composition we're seeing right now in the first phase of the draft here for the side of
Sampai
SRG. I'm
habis.
not sure though if they'll be able to maximize here, but with a high-low scores pathway, sustained team fight, this is great for Vamos.
It's great for Vamos. However, Vamos, one of the few teams who decided to whip out the Carmilla in tandem with one other pick, and that is the Sicilian. SRG, smartly enough on this one, go into Matilda Ixia. GG, well played.
Go Seragen. Go pacu.
Damn it, Coach Arcadian and Zora making your
Seragen
too darn
lawan
smart.
apa kemarin ya? Kalau nggak Indo nggak bisa tuh gitu. Bang, gua dukung Seragen. Seragen siapa, Cok? SRG.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
What a way to put this game on.
Foresight from SRG. The foresight is ridiculous. Well played, man. I can't say more than this. Zora making sure that there's no mercy for Pops. I mean, you know what? I'll just let our casters do the hard work here. Let's see whether SRG builds their dynasty or the reverse sweep starts now. Casters, take it away.
Reverse sweep ndasmu.
I know we talk a lot about the Sicilian Carmilla combo.
Kita kalau ada aku ke Malang kita ngobah Mas Bas, jangan bro. Aku harus sehat buat cari uang dan tidak stres. Keeping my mind sane. Biar tetap waras.
The dynasty that stands before them as the Selangor Red Giants stand a single victory away from making history. Only time and the land of dawn shall tell as we bear witness to what could be the ultimate game of MPL Malaysia season 14.
Nanti kalau duitnya banyak kita mabuk-mabuk. Masa berdoanya duitnya banyak lagi biar bisa mabuk-mabukan.
Petrified, bad impact is too much. First blood for Zoran.
Straight away punishing the Selangor Red Giants. Stormy for overextending. I think he just forgot he had petrified.
Yeah, I think so too. You don't see it as often. This is kind of the way to catch your opponents off guard, and now the proxy on the bottom side. They don't want to give Cram too much space to work with.
Carmilla, definitely an unusual pick. Zorn is the only player in the entire league that will grab it up. And it's usually only picked to compete with heroes like the Chip or Loyi. Though Vamos looks like they went for it as a more general answer to SRG's aggression.
Coba OBS ku kok patah-patah ya Mas Bas. Ya kayak yang ku bilang itu harus di on off. Kalau gila di stop streaming Jo, stop streaming keluar, masuk lagi. Nggak takut ke end live dia.
I share your concern. I definitely agree with that, right? Chibi is the only guy who has that physical burst. But when that late game rolls around, how long does Team Vamos need to drag on for this Warlord Sicilian to be a threat?
Maybe that's part of the plan, right? Divert SRG's attention, make him build full magic defense for Nets and Warlord, and then let Chibi
Pijet-pijet dulu, pijet-pijet dulu. Match terakhir ya, semoga 4-1 nih. Tadi Ernaldo ada gak? Siapa lagi Ernaldo? Aku daripada takut mati lebih takut botak guys. Kok sama nggak di? Kok sama nggak di? Lebih takut mati apa takut botak di?
They're not really going to be doing any flanking because they want to play behind Smooth and Zorn. And when the enemy is front to back, that full barrage, that's the positioning it wants them in. As long as Innocent holds out fine in lane against Nets, he becomes a monster.
And Warlord sends on towards Doom. Bad impact. It's gonna connect. That's gonna be another kill. This time on the Chibi. Glorious Pathway revitalized. AOG from Grab. Another knockout control. Zorn goes down. Stormy in the fight still. Double kill for Chibi. And Team Vamos wins the trade.
Biar nyerap
The
dulu guys.
unfortunate thing for SRG though is that their early game damage potential
Ini
is
kok masih
actually
live
on the
streaming?
lower side. With views on the Matilda,
Bored.
Stormy on the Zusin, and Cram
Ngomong apa
on
aja, Jo?
the Tank Gatot. Skies is the only source of DPS they can rely on. Oh, Innocent in trouble.
Potential solo kill. That's Innocent having to use the flicker. And then it's coming back for a round.
Oh, no.
Innocent gonna fight this out. Good attempt, but not good enough.
Kind of underestimated the timing of the Zaman Force. Thought that he could walk back in time for it to expire, but Nets was able to re-engage on him with it.
Maybe they can get Zorn. Just crowd control him, but Warlord saves him. You don't take down the Carmilla that easily. Just like that, Vamos have gained control of the turtle.
And this is good. Team Vamos need to be in control early on. They got to take advantage of the fact that SRG just doesn't have enough burst right now to take down the Hylos with Revitalize, to start building up Chibi as a threat. If they itemize against the Suyo, Nets and Warlord go ham, and vice versa.
Is there a middle ground to this predicament? You kind of go Athena and then into Antique. Is that going to kind of balance out the scales?
It's a bit difficult because you also want to maybe get Radiant due to the amount of magic damage sources that are coming out. Would be
Cara biar
quite
nggak
easy to
sekolah.
build up stacks
Ya,
on the
lulus
Ring of
baru.
Punishment, for example.
Tim Vamos.
It's gonna require a bit of
Ini
strategizing.
siapa?
Not to
It's-
mention that SRG are mainly going to be wanting to build a lot of damage on Innocent and maybe on Stormy as well, just to be able to deal with them come mid-game. They can't afford to let this drag too late because, well, we've seen what Warlord can do.
Absolutely. Then I also said that every time it's on the panel, Team Vamos wins. It seems like we have started the trajectory. It's not big of a lead just yet, just under 1,000. So SRG not out of the woods by any degree.
If that's the case, maybe they'd be interested in taking him in as a mascot at this point. But I digress. For this game right now, Vamos is going to keep the pressure going.
And the target is Stormy. Petrify committed, but Yums gets them out.
Petrify is a very interesting choice on a Carmilla. It wouldn't be as effective as on someone like Benedetta or Yuzong, for example.
Benedetta
but
or
now
Yuzong.
seeing the logic, Zorn is keeping them in place just a second longer to make the back impacts easier to land. It is fully a duo play here from the Sicilian Carmilla. Let's see if it works out. Vamos already have a 1k gold lead.
The XP laners will start proxying waves. That's kind of the wet noodle fight on the bottom side. And we're seeing that interesting interaction between what Vamos and SRG have, especially the unexpected amount of burst, right, that Team Vamos has. It's so easy to connect the bad impact with Sanguine Claws. They do have some means to set up the second turtle up on the map. Let's see if SRG can put up a fight. Craft to the backline. Stormy does have the guiding winds on him. Can take it if he wants to, but Net can be dragged back, and now the fight is split. Net unfortunately cannot fully commit, but it's enough for Team Vamos to gain priority over the turtle. Craft goes in with the AOG. Now Yums has to save him. Gets the taunt. Full barrage. Everyone comes in, but the Sanguine Claws checks them in, and Team Vamos have found the opening. SRG sitting ducks, and Chibi once more can't get it, but 2 is enough.
Beautiful approach to the team fight here. Crown tried to distract, tried to maybe pull Chibi off of the turtle, but he's a Gatot, and Vamos have a good amount of mobility. They actually can just ignore him entirely. And although the Ixie is pretty good at dealing with a front-to-back composition, the Sicilian having those Sanguine Claws from a distance, easily canceling full barrages, SRG are in a little bit of trouble here, actually.
Now, just like that, it went from under 1,000 to a 3k kind of goal advantage. And it's still growing. Chibi, level 11, 4-0. Sagai's not even close to that. And this Jusin is actually suffering a little bit despite the amount of utility that she brings and what we witnessed. Sagai's again ran at, and help is not arriving anytime soon. Chibi is unstoppable.
One approach you can deal with a Zusin is in a similar way to the different methods of handling Valentina, where you either don't pick good ult or have too many. In this case, Vamos is going for a full dive composition, where as long as they have the lead, doesn't even matter if Stormy picks them up, they're just gonna run at them and overpower them in terms of damage and durability. And that is exactly what's happening. We've also highlighted, Vamos only really need either Chibi or Nets and Warlord to pop off. And the dangerous thing for SRG is all of them are farming very efficiently.
And on top of that, the icing on the cake is that Vamos, Sicilian, so infinite scaling with the bad impact, right? So no matter how late the game goes, Vamos will always have that unleashed limit in terms of power creep, especially when the bad impact hits that 300 stacks. That's the danger zone. Lord spawning and Vamos on top of it.
The combination of this Carmilla Sicilian with Suyo is actually an interesting one in how it manipulates the draft. Because oftentimes you will pick Alpha to counter it, but without an assassin in the jungle to easily jump Warlord in the backline, he can quite easily just dish out DPS. Selangor Red Giants had a pretty good call going into this. They even anticipated the Carmilla Sicilian, but I think there were certain factors on the edge of things that were not fully considered.
Maybe a bit of tunnel vision, maybe just kind of a change of appetite, a change of palate. Vamos looking to break into the 7k gold lead in under 9 minutes. Lord coming from top side as well. And as much as SRG wants to mount the defense, they don't really have the best wave clear.
Their wave clear is not too good until Innocent gets a little bit more, and even then you'd have to rely on his full barrage. The lack of early game pressure. Oh,
well, here comes the pressure, right? Stormy is going to be tied down alongside Sakai. Another petrify from Dawn. 2 kills for Vamos. And it's time to break that castle wall. Just chip it bit by bit. Cement not really as tough as SRG wants it to be. As Vamos has the Lord in the favor coming in from top side. A 3 against 5 defense, respawn time is pretty short, but unfortunately Innocent compromise, pulled away by Yoon, but then full barrage goes wide. Completely nullified. And Team Vamos still wants to go for more as the rest of SRG comes back to life. Holy Crystal Fornes, mid inhibitor goes down, Chibi escape, and SRG just cannot find a way.
It doesn't really seem like they're prepared to deal with this Sicilian. Their positioning is not ideal. Total Draft isn't doing too many favors. Unfortunately, this series, the trend between these two teams does seem to be who can play faster, especially from the start of the game. And for this one, that was Team Vamos, a 10k goal lead in 10 minutes. SRG has been getting humbled quite a lot this playoffs, and this is looking like another repeat of that.
Maybe that is the solution, right?
Maybe.
Vamos are winning, and by a landslide nonetheless.
Suyo can be pretty dangerous. Zeusin and Alpha, a pretty good combo to deal with him, especially with Matilda to add to that maneuverability. But this Carmilla Sicilian combination actually throwing a bit of a wild card factor in. I'm not sure SRG realized the full extent of what they could do, because while these are unusual heroes that
udah habis gini 10 menit.
regularly practice against in scrims,
Dipanjangin
they are
kayaknya.
comfort picks for Zorn and Warlord, and they are showing it.
I mean, that's why Team Vamos are known for pulling out some rabbit out of the hat, right? And both teams paying respect to one another. The next checkpoint is the Lord, and SRG would just have to take it.
The teams are communicating the only way they know how. At this stage, I'm pretty sure SRG knows that it is unlikely they can make the comeback as well. 10k.
Carmilla pakai Petri itu berarti dia ulti. Kena semua, Petri salah satu orang, ke Petri semua.
Innocent does have good scaling. If he can find a good positioning, maybe get a couple kills here and there, the shutdown gold would propel him quite heavily. But with only one inhibitor standing against every structure of Team Vamos, I don't think even SRG can pull this back.
Team Vamos still has a chance to prove that they are greater and bigger than the Giants themselves. With the sword in hand, we're looking at a worst case scenario. Team Vamos taking all inhibitors, but can't end the game. But
lambat
best case
1 detik.
scenario, they end the game right here, right then and there.
Yeah, I don't think it would be too hard for them as well. We already saw literally in the game right before this, where SRG was so far ahead that they could just run at Vamos despite the damage that was being put out at them, and still not get punished much. Team Vamos is in that exact same situation right now with a Carmilla, with a Hylos and Revitalize, with the Lord on their side and minion waves all pushing in at the same time. SRG just does not have the tools to defend this.
When I talk about the next factor, you gotta look at Innocent. Just got Sea Halberd, the Malefic Raw, even a Enchanted Talisman for Yumes. It's all about the cooldowns. Saving Private Innocent is the most important part. Vamos, they sync up the waves. I don't know how much SRG can do with it. Even the full barrage has its limitations in terms of acquiring targets.
Unless Innocent can somehow get a kill on both Warlord and Chibi in this next fight, this game is looking to be over, but they're gonna try their best as the Lord pushes in.
Yeah, this guy's gonna be caught out, pulled away, but still goes down. He has a full barrage for Innocent. A last attempt. Katakacha out
Langsung gitu, Cuk.
Chibi assassinates Stormy. They want the crystal. Storm on top of Innocent. Healed up by Yumes. Innocent takes Storm down, but it's just not enough. And that will be Juego Numero 5 for Vamos.
The championship point denied from SRG as Vamos takes another victory in our grand final series.
Boleh.
Not out of the waters just yet.
Bagus.
SRG still holds the match point, and another victory will be needed to even things up and bring it to a international region-wide best of 7 grand finals.
The other regions have set the standards high, but we are trying our best to achieve it. At least the teams are. But this was the spot that SRG stopped them, or majority of them, last season with 4-2 scoreline. So we'll see if this time Vamos can push the limits a bit further to bring us to the coveted Game 7 that's eluded us for 2 seasons. I want to hear what the panelists have to say about this, because they thought XM Matilda worked, but Team Vamos proved it wrong. So panel, take it away.
All I gotta say, GG, well played to Vamos. They are breaking the limits here by crushing the early game. The only opportunity that they had was to just scale faster, and they did it in 10 times speed. Well done to Vamos here.
Well done indeed. Honestly, kind of scary. It's always scary to see MPL MY being able to get, what, 10,000 lead.
And I just confirmed, yes, superstition is indeed a factor here.
Let's not forget about the fact that you are here.
Call me.
Oh wait, that is superstition that you're talking about.
Hit me up, Vamos. I mean, yeah, at this point that you pretty much deserve a jersey from Vamos, but walk me through this game, because initially for me, I'm thinking that as long as SRG walk out of the laning phase okay, the early game, it should be a pretty free game for SRG in a majority of these fights.
And that's true, and however, this game did not happen. And the combo of the Sicilian as well as the Carmina, it's just mind-blowing for me. But it did work indeed, the front to back, and the Sanguine Claws can also reach the Zushin, which is the most dominating in the mid laner hero right now.
Well, I gotta give it specifically our MVP of the game, Chibi, because I think he is the X factor in this. Yes, Zorn did cheese out Stormy early on with the Petrify. Again, most people don't expect that to happen. I do forgive Stormy for failing the first time. Every single time he got petrified afterwards, that's on him. But Chibi on this Suyo, at least he's got a different mindset. He can poke you out, or he can look for the engage. We saw in the early game, he was looking for those poke outs until there was a guaranteed way for him to get on in for the engagement. And I think that's where Chibi, understanding that as much as you want to play front to back, he's going to go for your sides. He's going to shank you in the ankles. He's going to hit you from everywhere.
It's definitely scary when we saw one of the big team fights at the bottom lane. Sanguine Claw somehow managed to catch, what, 3 people with Matilda, Ixia, as well, I think it's Stormy. And at that point in time, Chibi just found the opportunity. Of course, huge thanks over to Warlock for making that happen. Otherwise, Chibi wouldn't have made such a great play, which forced SRG to that kind of a corner.
Yeah, it feels like the Glorious Pathway is a means to an end to kind of speed up, especially if Chibi is coming from a flank angle. He just needs to touch that highway and zoom into the back line.
It is also
apa yang kalian makan
kalau
kalian lapar?
It's easy for them to access here the team formation for the side of SRG. And all eyes on this Carmilla, Hylos, but they did not know that Chibi, at the right moment as well, is flanking them on the back line.
I think that one of the main thing for the side of Vamos is the fact that they have a glorious pathway, and once they set it down, technically it's very telegraphic, right? I put it down, everyone's zooming right in your face. But to be fair, when it comes down to SRG's lineup, they don't have someone that have the instant gratification of stopping everyone right in their feet, except for Sakai's. He is the juggler after all, and if you want, do you really want to send Sakai's running right after Smooth or Zon that is right on the glorious pathway? Because once you go in, that is fully committal, and you might want to take that guiding wind to get out of it, but that means that Stormy or Innocent don't have that anymore.
Well, I agree with your point of being fully committal here, but my biggest problem right now is the fact that how many free ults Zorn got. I feel like SRG is really well, not really uncomfortable, but just haven't played against the Carmilla's Cursed Blood in a while, because there's, in no real world are you expecting to hit three SRG members getting all tied together when they clearly saw it happen. They all had their flickers, they all had their ults as well, and a Matilda on top of that. Attention is being brought to a different side of the map, and I think that attention is a very powerful resource for Vamos.
Speaking of attention, I did not pay attention a while ago because I asked, I was like, why is the Alpha just standing there? I forgot the Petrify. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Petrify coming in from Zorn. It was twice in a row. Actually, once, of course, the Zorn managed to get that opportunity, just going for that Petrify. Wait, is the Alpha just standing there? Yeah, exactly. I did not pay attention. Oh my goodness.
Just Singaporean eyes, let's be honest.
Forgive me. Oh, I have 4 eyes already. That's why they called me Dead Eye. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
I'm burning my own flesh here.
Look, as the game is going to continue to press on, this is a huge surge of confidence for Vamos, right? Let's quickly look at the damage taken. I am curious because, again, as much as Innocent is able to pump the damage out, unfortunately, actually, it's a lot more even than I thought, to be fair. Zorn getting saved by Warlord multiple times, and I think that SRG probably still following their game plan of punish Zorn, win the game. Now, I think they should have adapted a little bit better here. They probably could have punished Smooth more times, more effectively, honestly, or at least come down towards Nets' side of the map.
When it comes down to Zon, in the previous game at the very least, he's been shut down so many times. And I think that for the side of Vamos, they're like, okay, enough is enough. We gonna have to use Zorn as means to peel. And this is exactly what we wanted to see, right? Zorn is able to peel, still manage to run away, right into Warlord, and still kind of be able to get themselves right back into the game again.
Yeah, just looking at our Hall of Famers here, the carry, the Rich Guy, Sandbag, Best Wingman, all dominated by Vamos. Chibi taking Rich Guy and the carry, Smooth taking the Sandbag, and the Best Wingman goes over to Warlord without a doubt there, saving the lives of people like Zorn constantly, and even Nets when it mattered the most. Although I will say, compared to the previous games we've seen, this has been on the low spectrum in terms of kill count, 2 to 12.
I'm expecting it's because of the fact that they are running a Sicilian mid, right? Sicilian doesn't have that great of a showing in the early stages of the game, but hey, if they do manage to get themselves a great amount of objective and of course a great amount of kills in the early stages of the game, everyone propels out of control. Sicilian finds himself an angle, Sicilian finds himself a lot more space, like hey, look, free hits, and free hits.
And the stats as well shows that SRG could not really find an opening to go for those kills. I mean, Zorn again on that Carmilla just makes it difficult for the Alpha, even for the Garakacha, to even go for the prolonged team fight. There's so many things that Zorn can do. The Petrify, if you go in, Petrify is there. Plus, you have incredible reach here from the Sicilian as well. This is the first time I'm seeing actually here in the pro scene when it comes to the Sicilian and the Carmilla combo. That's why we're surprised to see and how effective it is. I'm just asking also, this is also a counter here for the Alpha pick though.
Well, I mean, if Alpha jumps specifically on Carmilla, yes, it is a counter because he should always be jumping towards Sicilian side. Any resources being thrown at Zorn is a waste of time because at any moment, Warlord can just scoop him up and bring him away. Now, let's look at the key players here because here in this clip from Vamos' side, we saw a lot of plays being played out, but generally, I mean, Chibi, we've already highlighted Chibi before. He's done a phenomenal job, but even Nets, he is holding on, right? You can see that this is a pretty toe-to-toe matchup between him and Innocent.
Honestly, when it comes down to, man, Team Vamos all together, they clearly want to be fast, and couple of times with the way they have drafted, it's not exactly the super fast game, but somehow when it comes down to the execution, especially this game itself that we saw, they managed to find their way, and of course they do have their own identity. They will be able to show it through their execution. If you ask me, looking at a Harif and as well as looking at a Harif, looking at a Sicilian, the last thing I would think of is just going all out aggressive. So honestly, we talked about the Roma, we talked about the EXP laner, for them to be able to get themselves a good amount of priority as well as getting the mid laner out of their lane in order to join into the team fights. That truly feels like the essence of Vamos, and they will be able to go head on against the trio, the roaming trio of SRG.
I don't know. I feel like it's tough because, again, with such long artillery that both sides have, be it the Ixia or be it the Sicilia, these are things that are like a screen and a half away. It's very hard to kind of judge the maximum distance that it could potentially go, especially when the players have only such a limited perspective. Overall, I do think that coming into this, if Vamos can just run off of the general momentum that they're generating, and not to mention the fans' energy as they wait in anticipation, if they can even up the score and get to match point, I think that SRG, they are going to have to bring their A game, because right now Vamos, they've upped it one more time. First pick selection, 75% overall win rate.
Yep. Wait, are they coming into blue side? Or were they in blue side?
They were on red side.
They were on red side. Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
Look, to be fair, SRG has beaten Vamos in both blue and as well as red. So again, this would be a tempo breaker.
It's Deadeye.
On the die. That's, I guess you could say that.
You brought it, Husky. You brought it up in the stream.
I would feel that it's more of a bullseye, I suppose. But
very punnable.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that for now until I decide otherwise. Until my pun meter has taken enough. Now, 3 minutes left on the clock. Adaptation. What are we expecting? Because Vamos has been on the blue side multiple times here. But before we get into that, let's quickly pull up the WhatsApp that we asked from Azora Becky once more. And do you think SRG can fare better in a BO1 or BO3? And he says, we are the kings of BO3 for a reason. We've never lost the BO3 during our ESL and MSC run, actually. BO1 is more challenging for us because there's no room for you to adjust. And it's a lot about what you really prepared and just go in blind.
Exactly. Remember what I said a while ago? It's really a challenge for the coaching staff. And Swiss format, patch upcoming, now best of 1 series, and you don't know which team you are facing. It's really a big challenge.
You're gonna have to make massive amount of homework. Like,
I
only
know,
have one game, make it work out, draft it correctly. It's kind of come to the point whereby, to a certain extent, you don't draft against who you are, or rather, you don't draft against who you're fighting, but it's more about making the best out of your own draft.
Or you can just tell your players, hey, stop making mistakes. Play perfect. Just play perfect. Like I guess. I mean, I personally think that in that previous game, Stormy did not do very well. I think that generally it is just, it could have been better for them. It could have been better for them. With that being said, we say farewell to Deadeye. We'll see you in just a bit here. Oh, wait, actually, I don't think we have enough games.
Bingo! Bingo!
Come on. Hey! FPL gives another Benedetta. Let's go! See, the extra luck, it feels so good rolling in the arena because it feels like you always get extra luck. Now,
good, bro.
Jace, thank you for being here. Once again, break this down for us. MPLY Season 14's unpicked and underrated heroes. We got a full list. We got the Yishinjin, we got the Freyas, we got the Uranus, Ixia, Atlas, Paquito. Why? I mean, we've seen Ixia at the very least.
To be honest, if you're actually preparing for a team, you would have gone for, your meta heroes, right? Your the Suyos, the Jusins, everything, right? But sometimes this is exactly what happened earlier just now, right? We saw Camilla being picked and the Sicilian as well, wombo combo. This is a combo that I think Muntan has actually wanted that to be in pro play, but it doesn't really pop up. We only either see either the Sicilian or the Camilla happening at the same time, so that's kind of awkward. So I personally think it's underrated, yes. but I feel I love it. It introduced another different layer of the coaches that they need to anticipate.
I mean, don't say that, because then there's other hidden interactions like the Forsaken Light interaction, the Oriental Warrior interaction as well. I don't know. I don't want that to become a thing. I don't want people to be drafting for the Oriental Warriors just to get like a minuscule to non-existent buff.
Of course.
Right?
Oriental Warriors.
It's not. I'm telling you,
it's not a thing.
It is a thing. It's just not
Hai
very
sini
good.
siapa?
Coming into this game, it is still match point for SRG. We're hoping
Teman-teman Kili Kicu ya?
to bring it to the equalizer 3-3 as they are on blue side and they have a 75% win rate there.
Well, this coming M6 will feature players from 20 different nationalities. This is definitely something that I am looking out for. M6. And Innocent is the first players to win back-to-back regular season MVP in MPL MY.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Kenapa selalu pada kesini nyariin Kila ya?
Player on SRG.
Kila nggak ada di sini, bro. Kila lagi.
Hey, I'll try and carry this game.
Lagi apa ya?
Look, how about play of MVP? Who was last season's play of MVP?
Play of MVP? What is play of MVP?
Wait, do you guys not have play of MVP or is it match MVP?
It is just match.
Nongs di mana? Nongs di mana?
The finals, like the finals.
Why do you call it play MVP? What does that
play
mean?
Off MVP.
Oh, yes, we do.
Play off MVP, right?
Yes, we do have that. We do have that in a matter of fact. I don't remember, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll get back to
Lagi
you on this
persiapan
video.
live dia Haice.
Already seeing the atypicals except SRG.
Sabar ya, kamu ya.
Of the Zushin and as well as the Suyo. And then we see that Vamos, I'm not going to mention shit because we know why. Phobius, the Eve, and as well as Fanny, it seems pretty much exactly the same as their blue side bands.
Yeah, and I personally feel like, right, these bands are pretty normal, pretty standard, but what Vamos is going for, first picking that Cho right off the bat, first picking Cho is really something that I really don't see very often. And then immediately you see SRG respond with Valentina just to counterpick that away from Warlord, right? That means that, you know, Vamos is going back to something they've always been doing for all the games except for that last game. So SRG probably knows what's up. And SRG, personally, Gideon, I feel they're strong when they're facing the normal Vamos instead of these, you know, random Langar or some spin the wheel kind of Vamos.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna bring up two things. Number one, to answer your question, Abstract, yes, Innocent was also the FMVP, the finals MVP, play MVP, whatever you want to call it, for last season. Secondly, as we get into this, I'm now noticing a particular trend here. As the Gatot, the Valentine, as well as the Wanwan get in, we are getting a similar resemblance to game number 4. Game number 5, obviously going over the Vamos' side, but we've seen this happen, and it's very much based around the early game. Last time it didn't go well for Vamos, I'll just say that.
Yeah. But now you're in Zorn, right? Zorn's on this show. It's something that he's really comfortable with. And then after that, you also got the highlights. Another priority pick to counter or assist the hyper-aggression, the blitzkrieg that Vamos is well known about it. But Coach Arcadia for now, from the side of Singlanger Red Giants, I'm looking for something like an Aurora or something to kind of slow down the tempo from Vamos. Because right now, yes, there's a 1-1, there's a Valentina, but I'm looking for something to counter-engage.
I agree. Also, why do all the Singaporeans call them Vamos, not Vamos?
I said Vamos.
You're like Vamos.
Vamos, right?
Vamos. It sounds
all right,
like you
we'll
eat
call
cereal in the morning. Sounds like you eat like white bread.
Oh yeah, Vamos.
Vamos. I don't know. I can't get that out of my head.
Sorry, it's an accent, I guess.
No. It's not his problem. It's an MPL SG. I've noticed that every single one of you. Churro said it. Deadeye said it. You said it at some point.
too.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. But let's come back into the second half of the draft, right? We see that Khalid, which is a huge problem for Vamos the last time they saw it. But SRG target banning back onto the mid lane with once again the farmers too.
Now we got the answer that SRG really wants to focus on the Warlord, because in the previous game, or rather the previous round, we were looking for that Pharaoh's ban.
Yeah, we were looking for that Pharaoh's ban. But man, on top of that, the Cecilia, like SRG, want to make sure that unfortunately Warlord doesn't get to play the game.
This is kind of tough for Vamos to blind pick a mage at this point in time. It really propels me to think that Vamos will very much want to take a look at what are the jungle picks for now. But at least SRG, they are going to be looking at an R4 pick first. So at least Vamos have got some time to react based on what we have on SRG side. And very likely what I want to see is what is tried and tested, the alpha on SRG.
Yeah, definitely, right? I think R4 is a really good pick from SRG. If not, Vamos is definitely going to take that away. Alternatively, I'm also liking what Vamos has is smelling out from the side of SRG, right? Banning away these massive AoE CCs like the Khalid and the Tigger. So I'm thinking exactly what Yums like to play. But now, I think this is an alpha slot.
Alpha should be the go-to here. I see no reason not to. The unfortunate
line.
Interesting. Okay, so they go for the Nolan. This could actually speed up the pace of the game. I mean, Vamos could lead. I mean, this is, again, very much on the denial path for the side of SRG. Feels like they're not playing their own game. It's about making sure that Vamos feels uncomfortable trying to recreate some form of success.
I think that at least for SRG, Coach Arcadia drafted this Nolan for Sekai's because they wanted to put the final nail in the coffin on the Vamos, right? Because Sekai's, out of 6 games, out of 6 games, you won 100% of those Nolan games throughout the season.
And it's also a very good pick, right, to zone deny the Harif, especially when you go to Zaman Force. You know, your Fracture is going to leave that A mark on the floor, and as a Harif, you just want to dash out of it. But now that Loi is coming into play, and there's going to be a Martis coming up of Vamos. Oh boy, we're in for a ride.
Oh, this is not good. Nolan doesn't have very high HP. If he gets caught by that Martis when he hits level 4, the Decimate could send him to the next world. I think that at least, at the very least, SRG has Valentina, which does pretty well against melees generally with the help of her Shadow Strike and the fact that she can kite. Not to mention, she can also steal the Decimate to make some turnaround plays.
At this point in time, I'm just looking out for an initiator from the side of SRG. If they are just going to be making full use of the AOG for a counter-engage kind of play, especially since Martis will want to run in hard. And not to forget, Cho does have got a very good way of just initiating and just funneling all these kills over the side of Martis. I definitely want to see a lot more lane priority from the side of SRG.
Okay, so Gatot is going into the roam section as CC is going to head on over to the EXP. Some sacrifices needed to be made, and unfortunately, Smooth is the one who has to take that punishment.
Yeah, CC is really good against Hylos, right? That shred and that constant chasing on, especially, you know, with a yo-yo ultimate, is very good.
With that being said, thank you for the breakdown here. That's it for the panel. We're throwing it back to the casters. Good luck. This could be equalization point.
Good luck. Like Eden said, this could be equilibrium again. We could go back to square one and head into the deadly game 7. But we gotta get through this first, especially if you are Team Vamos looking for the 3rd victory in this BO7 as they find themselves on that blue side, coming in with 75% win rate with first pick, SRG on red.
Vamos are eager to disrupt the status quo. Carmilla Sicilian combo has already worked out once, but now the Martis makes an appearance in the land of Dawn. Will he decimate the hopes of SRG, or will the Red Giants finally put their foot down?
God, I miss this matchup, especially Chibi with the Martis. Always gives you that semblance of hope that Vamos are going to win the game. I mean, he's only played it once this entire season, and this is his playoffs, right? He won that game against Toda, but still was quite a performance. Innocent though, just toying with Nets and Zorn. He's gonna trade his health bar in return. Pretty darn low, in fact, but with Yun's coming to the rescue, it's gonna be a kind of a ceasefire down bot.
Always impressive how far Innocent is willing to go, especially on comfort picks like this. He's taking a lot of damage, but it's still okay enough to stay in the lane and continue farming. In terms of emblems, I'm not seeing anything too unusual. Teams are basically going for standard for now. In Pure Rage on Chivita, we know that he wants to rack up kills on this Martis. Though what I personally am most excited to see, Stormy made a name for himself as a Valentina. Because even when there were big teamfight ultimates to steal, he would always take Decimate when there was a Martis on the enemy team.
Talk about overloading the Valentina. This is one of the ways, I guess, Let's see. I mean, if you get the ball rolling, then Decimate doesn't feel pretty good of a
Aduh, saya
choice,
kasih
right?
kalah farming,
Take
bro.
out Martis with his own ability always feels different when you're Valentina, and you also get to show Warlord how it's done. In fact, both of them sort of switching one of the signature picks, but nonetheless, their mastery on it is pretty darn high in terms of the levels.
One thing to note though, Vamos actually do need to end this game fairly quickly. With Martis and Hari, they really don't have late game scaling to match up against 1-1 and Valentina. If they want to, SRG can actually just play it safe earlier on and go for the full scaling route. Though, I highly doubt they're going to do that.
And that has always been sort of a wish. I feel like we are hoping too much. We wanted to play slow, but they like to play fast. Zorn barely escapes death. So there's no out for the CC. Vamos finds a position in the bush. Yums checks it. This turtle fight is going to be delayed.
Well, looks like neither jungler feels particularly ready to go for it for now, which is definitely more beneficial for Sky since he wants his purple diversion play, but Skies is already out of there. He's taken his buff pretty quickly.
Yeah, you can see how fast Vamon backed out of it, right? Just letting Smooth go because he has a higher chance of survival. See both junglers at level 6. Cram retreat. Kick stolen by Stormy, something to watch out for. Smooth from a different angle with the Glorious Pathway to secure the turtle for Vamos, but still, Sakai steals it. Now they finally engage. First blood for Yum. The rest of Team Vamos on the run. Chibi comes in, wants to look for the threshold, cannot find it. And SRG willing to push it a bit further, but Vamos gets out.
For a moment there, I thought that SRG was just going to back it off and give it away the Vamos. Like I mentioned there, late game scaling is fine. They don't actually have to contest early objective. But Skies times it.
Dan nggak bertahan lama rambutnya.
Steal with the retry, and then they even turn it around after Vamos had already used a lot of their resources to pick up a kill. 1.5k goal lead already. If Vamos don't turn this around soon, their ability to keep themselves in the early mid-game power spike will dwindle.
It's a good time to also kind of talk about the possibilities, right? We've already mentioned a few times that SRG, if they win this grand finals, it will be the first and ever back-to-back. But what makes it more impressive is that they did it flawlessly through the upper bracket last season. But this season is through that lower bracket. It was a wake-up call from Toda, a bit of a nudge from Red Esports in the lower bracket semis to push them to this point. Taking out one of our legacy builders, I mean, the fact that it's SRG, what is the ceiling for them, right?
Bisa
It feels like they're going on that completionist route. They're trying 100% the game, while grabbing every achievement along the way. And in this case, the achievements are defeating all of our legacy teams here in MPL Malaysia. It's gonna be hard. Team Vamos, they managed to farm out a little bit to narrow that goal lead against the Red Giants. As long as they stay even, once we get to around the 6 or 7 minute mark, they can really start fighting against SRG. But 5 minutes in, Chibi with no kills. This Martis is not racking up nearly as quickly as before.
Stormy just told the Decimate who might be in for some action, right? Having 2 Decimates, one on each side. SRG gathering in that middle side. Head towards the turtle, this is the second one. Remember, first one was stolen. Diversion will not amount to anything, maybe just to get some info, but Vamos will start the aggro. Glorious Pathway, Yus will be the target, but unfortunately, there's no way in for Vamos. Meanwhile, Ness fights Stormy. Maybe that's the opening. Zorn brought down low. Decimate from Stormy though. You gotta watch out for this guy. He might be bootleg, but still, it's deadly. Sakai finds the second turtle.
Leave it to Stormy. He will always try to steal the Decimate. Even with his Glorious Pathway, he wants those kills. Unfortunately, Innocent did end up losing his 1v1. So that will allow Nets to keep himself in the game somewhat here. And that's very important for Team Vamos. They need either Nets or Chibi to be popping off. And since Chibi is not able to get those kills, a lot of the pressure falls down onto this Harid. Innocent needs to try not to make those sort of mistakes. He's already gotten regular season MVP twice. We have to remember he did get playoffs MVP last season as well. If they're really going for completionist route, imagine if he gets this too.
Possibility is always there, but you look at Team Vamos, right? The Hall of Legends inductee Zorn. You also got Smooth, won the regular season MVP, Divergent to the back. An attempted AOG escape, but good kick from Zorn to prevent that from happening. Sure, Vamos finds a kill, but that top tier 2 is just getting battered by Cram.
Cram on the CC, also one of his comfort picks, able to make a lot happen with this hero. We already see how much damage he's able to output onto Zorn, the roamer on the side of... Oh, Skies.
He's playing with fire a little bit, forcing out the Zaman force. Stormy is blocking that bush, and there's really nothing that Vamos can do. So I mean, this is one of the slower games, right? Considering that both teams have been brawling for 5 games straight, with the fatigue setting in, but SRG, even with a more passive approach to the game, they still are leading 2.5k.
Yeah, it's a purposeful passive approach because there is a Martis. You don't want to feed him kills, and SRG know they have better late game scaling anyway. If they can get a couple kills here and there while keeping themselves ahead in terms of gold, the game will just naturally flow into their favor as long as they don't make a mistake.
And unfortunately for Zorn, he can't even stay there, right? Is there an angle to find some big kick?
Like, where's that diversion? In the mid lane.
Who was looking for Sakai's maybe. But Stormy now, there's a potential angle. Cramp on the back. It's a collapse. Warlord flickers into the wall, and here comes AOG on top of him. Might be a fatal mistake. This is the momentum SRG is looking for. Pedal to the metal. Here comes the Nitro Boost, supercharged. Second kill for them. It's smooth. Weakness points unlocked, but unworthy of the crossbow tank. And the hidden technique still in SRG's grabs.
That is the official tempo breaker right there. The fight that really turns things around in the mid game. I talked about this timing, 6 to 8 minutes. Vamos is able to fight at this point, but if SRG is winning fights instead at this timing, then you have a problem on your hands. Remember, SRG is at match point. They are 1 win away from creating history by being the first Malaysian back-to-back champions.
Juara kan? Belum kan?
This Martis pick has worked well for them in the past, but at 0-1-0, 8.5 minutes in,
oh my goodness,
his viability is turning down to nothing.
And red is their blood, yellow is their pride, and that's the motto of SRG. Coming into this, even the AI winning rate says the Selangor Red Giants have a damn good chance of making a back-to-back. For some, it's a fever dream, but for SRG, they have been doubted this season. Some of the past were rocky, but right now it seems to be the perfect ending about to be penned.
Yeah, I feel like the reason we see Loi being led through as well, Warlord doesn't seem to have much mastery on the hero. Diversion plays have not been working out for Team Vamos throughout this game, and without it, a lot of map pressure gone.
And Zorn will find a king, but that's purified, so Zorn just evaporates. A good attempt from Vamos, but SRG came prepared. Yin Yang reaction on Innocent. Tang on the nest. Innocent will be safe. And Team Vamos, you feel the desperation, you smell the tension, but SRG will not let themselves break.
Nets is lucky that Innocent didn't have his Inspire there, or that would have been a death. Oh, they're jumping in again.
AOG stolen Decimate, but unfortunately Stormy can't use it. Maybe it's a chance for Team Vamos to mount a counter-attack, but Innocent is always going to be an issue. So for SRG, without Stormy, they will back off, Lord up in 80 seconds.
All right. Vamos, they need to keep finding these small little wins. SRG has a huge lead right now, but it's actually not as big as Vamos had in the previous game. It is still something they could come back from, but you're going to need a pretty clean fight with multiple deaths in your favor to be able to achieve it. Chibi, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to contribute too much anymore. He really is just an extra body to make sure that Nets can output his damage.
Have you reached the cutoff point where Chibi is more of a durable meat shoe and the kind of burden is on Nets? Or is there still kind of some wiggle room for Chibi to pop off?
The only wiggle room Chibi would have is if Nets and Warlord really whittle down SRG first.
Oh, and the tie into the AOG. They are just leashed by SRG, controlled.
And they found Nets. They really needed to make sure Nets could keep scaling. That's his first death. That's going to really slow things down. That was the only real win condition Vamos could have played off of. And now Zorn also in trouble.
Terrified, taunt, and a couple of yo-yos in his
Passwordnya
face. This could be the
tahu.
coup de grace that SRG is looking for.
Passwordnya satu-satu biar nggak ada yang
Nets
tahu.
will be coming back and have some decent wave clear with their Lord.
Gimana
But
bukanya?
SRG have set themselves up for Lord number 2.
And they are setting themselves up for victory and a second championship title right now. Team Vamos, we already mentioned their lineup is, oh, well, they find something at least. Nets with the kill on Cram.
But there's gonna be a trade. And then a crossbow tank. Smooth for Cram. I suppose so, both XP lanes fall, but I mean, if you're Vamos, you need the whole team, and without Smooth, SRG once more gains back possession of the map.
Trading 1-for-1 when you're behind, though, is still actually pretty good, especially if it is Nets who is getting the kills. This Harif is the only thing they can really depend on. If he and Warlord can whittle down SRG and prolong the fight with Revitalize, Chibi can actually still start racking up a little bit of effectiveness by finishing people off with Decimate. It's a little late, but better late than never at this stage, because the alternative is them falling short of the finish line with a 4-2 score, a second season in a row.
Look back at the pages of history, it's essentially a different chapter, but the same ending. You might just get that. SRG really setting themselves up for that conclusion.
We have to remember, although they're part of a new team now, most of this lineup from Vamos was originally from the Homeboys. And last season, they lost the grand finals to SRG 4-2. Right now, it seems on a route for that to repeat. And I'm sure that Vamos is having those flashbacks. They do not want this history, this dark moment in time for them to happen again in the present. All things considered, Nets actually even in farm with Innocent. It's the rest of the team that's having difficulty keeping up with the front line of SRG.
Cram in particular with a 3k goal lead over Smooth. The direct comparison there is not even close. It feels unfair. Zorn from the back looks for a kick. It's gonna find it, but in the wrong angle. Again, another good attempt that ends in vain.
Such good reaction timing from Skies, and this is the problem with Assassins. If you give them even the slightest millisecond of time to move, they are going to move. The kick in the wrong direction was just the nail in the coffin.
Here comes AOG. SRG looking for a potential win. They break down the structures first. Vamos might just meet the same ending despite being on a different team. They decimate Innocent as Chibi keeps the hope of the teams alive. And that's going to be 3 dead. Nets will make it. Number 4, Stormy decimates one before he goes down. And Vamos still has a lifeline.
I mentioned the possibility, but I didn't think it would happen. If SRG prolonged the fight too much, if they took too much damage, Chibi managed to chain double decimate off of Graham and then Innocent, the two most important targets for them. And now they're going to push down mid to take as many structures as they can before SRG can respawn.
The guys will try with the fracture. But Vamos can't get any structures. Holy Shield still there. Or at least Sakai is a Holy Shield in this case. Best case scenario for Vamos. But look at SRG. They've broken every single inhibitor. And now Vamos have to constantly swim against the current.
It is a much needed breathing room for Vamos, but will it be enough? Or will it simply be a drop in the ocean that has been stained red by the Selangor Red Giants? The next Lord will be coming up in 25 seconds. Only a 3k gold lead actually for SRG, which isn't that big of a difference now that we are 15 minutes in and Net is 5-1-3. Angle is important. Vamos was only able to get that because Selangor Red Giants underestimated their opponents. They didn't have to worry about the decimate this whole time and thought that Martes had become ineffective at this stage of the game. But that percentage HP, that execute at the end, you still have to respect it.
And also Warlord, right? Tons of damage, tons of control. Just got a Witching Lantern. Vamos put on the back foot once more. And if you remember Deja Vu, last season it was a Lord fight that ended the run for these ex-Homeboy players. And SRG have full control of the objective. Cram himself is enough. Diversion. Innocent moves away just in time, but this is such a dangerous position. You smell the scent, you feel the breath, but there's no opening yet.
They do have to send someone back. There's a wave pushing in mid. Team Vamos cannot afford to lose to a back door at this stage. That would be heartbreaking. Not to mention losing the championship. The chances are not over for them. Nets and Warlord actually do have some good damage if SRG position themselves incorrectly, but you can see that they're playing a lot safer now. Proper respect being given over to their opponents after that previous blunder.
Now Stormy stole the glorious pathway. A change of scenery. especially the utility that it provides. And now SRG will look to run down the Lord. Vamos just cannot do anything. Not with GB on housekeeping duty.
All right, there's a Lord. No inhibitor standing for Team Vamos. Unfortunately, their wave clear is not the best with this lineup either. With no towers to hold, this is going to take a miracle defense. And SRG knows it. As long as they don't make the same mistake, as long as they don't underestimate Team Vamos, the path to a back-to-back championship stands right in front of them. Vamos, can they hold this push?
And on red side, SRG about to paint it red. Glorious pathway is going to be used. AOG to the backline. They split the fight. Grab me safe. Lord is still there. Waller is low. Innocent just goes for him. This could be the final blow. They rallied an army in season 11. Built an empire in season 12. Forged a dynasty in season 13. And now they will carve a legacy in season 14.
Back-to-back champion, bro.
Ever back-to-back champion.
Mana Bang Jeff?
Oh my goodness, it has happened! History has been made! Our first ever back-to-back champions in MPL Malaysia! Selangor Red Giants will turn over to the stage for the monumentous occasion!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Titik like Mas, kamu tadi dicariin sama penontonmu.
MPL Malaysia Season 14 Champions Selangor Red.
Back to back, bro.
After an exhilarating series, we have our first back-to-back champions in MPL Malaysia, the true Jungle Abdullah
Hari
Jangan deh.
ini kita bukan saja menobatkan satu juara, meraihkan kehebatan kedua-dua pasukan yang kemarin ke M6 dan telah menunjukkan bahawa mereka layak membawa nama Malaysia di pentas dunia.
And with that, let's not forget our first runner-up for MPL MY season
Mereka feelingnya bagus nggak sih, Mas?
Team Vamos.
Gila di mana ya?
Right. Let's wish them the best as they prepare to carry Malaysia's pride.
Aku ingat gara-gara baca Discord ada dulu. Ais. Oh, pernah gila ya. Terus kabur dia.
But the better team won. Selangor Red Giant. Mereka berjaya untuk menangkan perlawanan ini.
Tetap Selangor ya, nggak Yudu lagi ya. Lengket rambutku ya, padahal sudah keramas, sudah bagus. Baris oke.
Menunjukkan kekuatan dan kecemerlangan dari regular season hingga ke peringkat playoff hari ini secara telah tercipta di mana mereka menjadi pasukan pertama yang memecah rekod juara MPL Malaysia.
Kaki. Langsung muncul kan? Mereka tuh punya feeling yang kuat. Keren tapi. Lumut telas. Siapa lagi? Nanti lama like dulu lah Mas Bas, nggak usah di like. Tikmaal ke sini loh, Mas Bas. Boleh tahu Kila di mana nggak? Aku sekap bro. Aku ambil sumsum tulang belakangnya.
Mereka berpeluang menjadi jago dunia.
Apa jago dunia? Juara dunia. Bener guys, kalau nyari Kila ke sini ya. Atau enggak ke live-nya.
Selama 2 tahun Selangor Red Giants mereka berusaha, management, coaches, players, semua.
Habisnya jarang live. Lah kemarin live, kamu nggak nonton Lumut?
Bukan saja menjadi back-to-back champion.
Wah parah, jarang live. Kamu berarti yang jarang mampir ke Kila. Wah kalau sama Mas Bas udah digambar-gamparin viewers gini nih. Kok streamernya jarang live? Kamu jarang nonton berarti bro. Huge moment.
The entire MLBB community here, they have truly made history.
Sekarang kita akan teruskan di mana kita akan memberikan medal.
Tiap hari live kecuali minggu Jir. Emang gitu? Minggu emang nggak live?
Kita akan menjemput VIP kita.
Alasannya hari Sabat.
Timbalan Menteri Belia dan Sukan, Mr. Fikri Rizal Mahrudin.
Kayaknya aja rambutku nih hari ini nih.
Lead of Mutang Games dan YB.
Apa harus dikeringin langsung ya?
Pengurusi jawatan kuasa Belia Sukan pembangunan.
Aku sebenarnya nggak tahu cara makainya itu. Kayak cuman buat kulit kepala deh.
Menyampaikan pingat. Kita akan
Black
memberikan
Sabbath.
medal satu persatu kepada players.
Satu persatu kepada players.
Our VIPs will be adorning the medals on our players of SRG here on stage.
First, we give to the head of the team, Coach Arcadia.
Mana
and
ada?
the dynamic duo, Ozora, Becky. Back-to-back Dream Team inclusion, consistent performer, Graham, the one and only Innocent, the moments maker, Youth, the marriage prodigy, Stormy, the Sky Prince, Sakai, and of course, one representing ISF, Gorgeous.
This season has been truly unforgettable, elevating us to new heights and setting impressive milestones.
Set and baik-baik terus ajak ya buat Kak Kila, Kak Bas juga see you. Kamu suka Kila main apa? Lumut teles. Suka nonton Kila main apa? Apa kamu nggak peduli Kak Kila main apa aja tetap love you gitu. Aku akan menonton semuanya. Kok lagi?
Alright.
Kan tadi.
Thank you very much to our VIPs. Terima kasih banyak YB Adam Adli, Mr. Fikri Rizal, dan juga Tuan Muhammad Hari. And now, the ring for our champions. We will invite our VIP.
Marcus C, Content Director, and Marvin C, Brand Director of Ferry
beli makan.
on stage.
Mereka yang akan menyampaikan the MPL Champion Ring to our champions, our back-to-back champions.
This is the team that
Mama,
harbour the true spirit of the Gaia Harimau.
Mat mamam nih
Right.
agak.
We ask for the camera.
Kamu juga selamat main Roblox ya. Jangan lupa disuap.
Present the ring to Coach Arcadia. Show it to the camera. Give it up for Arcadia. And now the championship ring for Ozora Becky.
One of the founding pillar of the SRG squad, going to his first
SRG
M
squad.
series.
Nanti ku kasih yang warna ungu deh. This one. Good.
Congratulations, Shifter Gaming, for all the coaching staff. And now, once again, the Sky Prince will be given the ring.
The mage prodigy proven again, best mage in Malaysia and perhaps the world.
Now, Cram, again, the perfect teammate.
Setelan apa ya?
And now the mage prodigy, your boy, Stormy. Let's present it to Gorgeous as well. They'll be representing Malaysia. the moment's maker.
Congrats SRG.
Three-time M Series all-rounded roamer that can make anything happen.
The two-time regular season MVP, the one and only Innocent. Thank you very much, Marcus C, as well as Marvin C, for awarding the ring. Now, Salam Damai Giants, please move to the center of the stage. Come here, please. May I have Ozora Becky and Coach Arcadia right next to me. Before we begin, can I see the ring? Whoa! Oh!
Ngapa
First of
oh?
all, this is the moment.
Pak Rojak sudah notify, sudah share. Nickname-nya apa
The
Gopal?
finals MVP.
Ayo.
But before we do, I would like to give the mic to Coach Ozora Becky. You guys have struggled, and now you're back-to-back champions. And again, representing MPLMY in the world stage. What do you have to say?
Ini time gitar dia bangsat. Enggak, weekend keluar om.
We are so strong.
Weekend nggak keluar om gitu kali
Not gonna
maksudnya.
be so hard. But
Kerja aku
times and times
minggu
again,
pagi menghibur adik-adik.
MPLMY is improving really fast. Losing to Tonak really stress. Even just now during the playoff, it was so stressful, especially when
forget that I'm
finished.
human. Forget that I'm real. Act like you know me. You never will. Apa tuh lagu apa ya? Lupa. I show you. No, maybe the sky that I won't fly for you. No much in my eyes I won't cry for you. Every breath that I take, loving me. There's no promise. There's no promise that I won't keep. I climb a mountain, there's none to steep. When it comes to you, there's no crime. Let's say both of our souls and intertwine. When it comes to you, don't be blind. Watch me speak from my heart when it comes to you, comes to you. Yes. Ikut mabar boleh bang? Oh iya kita kasih syarat mabarnya dulu ya. Boleh. Silakan. Yang mau ikut mabar silakan. Juru enak. Yang mau ikut mabar. There's no promise that I will keep. Rakyat Facebook. Warga. There's no crime. Watch me speak from my heart when it comes to you. Comes to you. Abis gak? I want to say that. Ini sudah yang mau ikut mabar. Facebook satunya. Pin komen. Lalu YouTube. Don't be blind. Watch me speak from my heart when it comes to you. Comes to you. Kok nggak masuk chatnya? Come on man, come on man, come on man. There's no promise that I won't give you. When it comes to you, there's no promise. Watch me speak from my heart and intertwine when it comes to you. Don't be blind. What you speak? Wah, di share Pak Aceng. Thank you Pak Aceng sudah share. Kita tunggu adik-adik. Pasti belum pada bangun. Ntar kita share ke grup supporter. Minggu ceria telah tiba di depanku. Nana air mata di pipiku antara cinta dan rindu begini. Mabar Minggu pagi penuh kebahagiaan. Antara cinta. Selamat pagi Mas Ganteng. Pagi Vi. DC kah? DC kah? Kamu ini ngusir papa mamamu pulang. Parah coba mama disuruh pulang guys. Bandung mana Bandung? Halo halo Bandung, ibu kota periangan. Halo halo Bandung, kota kenang-kenangan. Sudah lama beta tidak berjumpa dengan kau. Sekarang gelap-gelapan di Malang. Belum pada datang. Nyanyi lagi lah. Gitarku suaranya enak banget guys habis di stem guys. cry out, won't you tear me down? Wancuk bebes 5 C5. Bagaimana kunci 55 nih? Ah, nggak bisa skip, susah nih. Hah? Kan? Begitu bunyinya. Another day, another life. Aduh. Gimana lagunya? My decision. You say it's alright. Does that make it okay? Aduh, ini sebenarnya enak, tapi aku lupa nyanyinya gimana. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Aduh, kok udah belek sih? Oh, iya ya. I miss you. I miss you. Masih belum ada. Bokoro kokoro Yumitsumisasite sateku Kimi ga Boku no kokoro ni Yuitsu furerareru koto ga dekita Kimi wa Oh babyもういないよもう何もないよ You wish that I could do it again Oh, oh, oh turning back the time But when you were mine Oh mine Hey So this is heartache. So this is heartache. Hiroya suera kokai wa namiya tere kawaru. Oh baby. So this is heartache. So this is heartache. Anoya suera kokai wa omoide ne kawaru. I miss you. Lu sudah ada orang, ada setar masuk. Terima kasih Bang Frankie 50 star. Tolong hentikan setarnya. Semoga Bang Frankie lancar terus rezekinya, sehat selalu. Setar so yesterday. Anjas. Pindah ke sini ya. Kopi atau sesajen. Sesajen. Bocil. Melu Mas Bas, langsung di add Bang Yudi. Supporter. Tet. Sydney sudah jam 11. Setar sudah stop, sudah tamat setar. Ikut bang, langsung di end. Waduh, chat history sign in progress. This may take a while. Aneh, tiba-tiba disk C ku penuh 200 giga. Kok bisa ya? Padahal nggak ngapa-ngapain, cuman live streaming. Jam 9.25 lah, kok cuma beda 3 jam? Biasanya 4 jam. Rusak banget kayak rambut. Akun Bang Mason. Misalnya akun Mason. Ada akun mau oleh. Tuh. Aduh. Keren cok, lagunya One Ok Rock the best. Aku tahu Last Dance gitu-gitu, tahu guys. Tapi tuh waktu nyanyi lupa cok. Gimana cara ngomongnya yang itunya? Rek ojo nangis Mas Bas, apa tuh? Selamat pagi semuanya. Selamat datang di live stream Basir Mania. Bertemu lagi bersama saya Mas Bas. Jidatku lebar banget guys kalau pakai Bandung guys. Nggak masuk mata yang penting kan. Sampai mana tadi? Bertemu lagi bersama Mas Bas di channel Basirun Mania atau di channel Mas Bas kalau di YouTube. Selamat berminggu pagi semuanya. Happy Sunday untuk seluruh rakyat Indonesia. Seperti biasa di hari Minggu pagi ceria ini kita mencari pahala yang sebanyak-banyaknya dengan menggendong bocil-bocil kematian. Untuk teman-teman di Facebook yang mau ikut mabar, langsung ikuti syarat mabarnya. Ketik tanda seru notify, di like dan di share. Untuk teman-teman YouTube yang mau ikut mabar, langsung dibantu subscribe, like and share. Teman-teman di Gox bantu follow, teman-teman ini mau bantu follow dan share. Setelah itu kalian masuk ke grup mabarnya, ID grupnya ada di ujung sana. Lalu sebut nickname kalian di kolom komentar biar ku ACC ya guys ya. Tanpa berlama-lama, aduh, yang nge-share di Facebook cuman Basirun, Bang Bil dan Yudi. Tidak apa deh, mungkin belum pada bangun. Ini Bang Yudi. Jam 9.25, ayo. Jam Bang berapa Frank gimana? Bang Franky. Setengah 11 loh ini. Like saving, gendong sampai mitik, bebas. Nick Tengu udah full mas, oke. Bang give DM app. Aduh, habis ini ya, habis Mobile Legends kan habis ini tamat karena digugat sama Riot karena Mobile Legends tuh game burik dan juga plagiat. Nanti kita pindah main app Aldo OP. Dah itu aja, nggak ada orang lagi. Pagi mas, pagi Vivi, thank you Bang Franky, thank you Vivi. Sudah. Oh setengah 12. Kalian sarapan apa guys pagi ini guys? Kita harus bikin polling. Sudah sarapan? Belum? Sudah. Nah, harus sederhana. Dan ingat kita live stream pagi tidak boleh berkata toksik guys. Tidak boleh toksik guys. Harus menjadi badut untuk adik-adik. Jadi harus ramah. Selamat datang semuanya. Selamat berbelanja. Bang, oke. Bravo. Ayo adik-adik boleh ikut Mas, boleh Vivi. Langsung ketik tanda seru notify ya, karena sudah follow, sudah share. Sego pecel favorit aku tadi jam 3 mukbang Indomie guys, habis 41.000. 48. Nah, masuk grup mabar sebut nickname Vivi. Ayo adik-adik, terlebih yang masih epic kita dahulukan, tapi bebas lah mau mythic, mau epic, mau apa aja guys. Yang penting sudah bantu meramaikan, akan kuusahakan menang. Walaupun sudah pasti sulit.
Gimana Mas?
Don't go is a mighty long fall.
Halo.
Itu gimana awalnya liriknya ya? Mighty long fall.
Coba Bang Aldo, Cuk. Aku baru mau IRL. Baru mau makan. Masih jam setengah 12 ternyata.
Cute.
Mau thumbnail kah?
Ayo.
Loh, pakai IRL aja. Oh iya, thumbnail nobar.
Ada Vienna.
Apa nggak usah ya? Nggak usah lah.
Ntar aku bikin ya.
Pakai ini aja, Cuk. Pakai punyanya video.com.
Janganlah. Jangan kocak.
Ntar aku mau
notify.
Aku nyetel kan. Masih Barcelona, masih setengah 11 ternyata.
Iya.
1-0.
Setengah 12 main.
Barcelona Las Palmas. Spanyol.
Aku lagi nonton Naruto, Cok.
Naruto?
Iya.
Apa, Cuk?
Mana nggak ada Vienna.
Ini apa nonton yang mereka lagi perang lawan Madara, Cok.
Diulang-ulang terus yuk sampai bosan.
Seru anjir.
Apa sih satunya itu?
Nobar.
Udah, kita live IRL dulu cari makan.
Cari makan kah?
Tadi pagi Cuk lupa nobar ini Cuk ke gereja.
Apa Leji muncul. Kok lagunya ngulang-ngulang Bang Dot ya?
Apa?
Kok tinggi?
Leji komen kan. Dia komen. Kok lagunya ngulang-ngulang nggak habis-habis.
Kok live di ini? Live di mana?
YouTube.
Oh di YouTube. Wah nggak nonton Cuk.
Terus ku hapus habis itu.
Kenapa dihapus?
Kurang apa? Kurang itu. Kurang mantap lah pokoknya.
Pasti kekencangan ya. Malam Linda. Kurang apa?
Ada miss dikit tadi. Itu apa? Aku malah buka itu buka notifikasi HP, Jok.
Duh nggak apa-apa, Jok.
Janganlah, kan kebuka dong pabriknya nanti, Cok.
Loh, kau live pakai apa? Prism?
Pakai ini langsung dari YouTube-nya.
Nah, itu nggak masalah kalau kau buka aplikasi lain tuh itunya ke
Oh,
pause.
gitu. Gitu. Nanti dia tunggu yang manggung itu baru kerekam.
Ya,
baru ku live. Leji komen, Cok. Kok lagunya ngulang-ngulang nggak habis katanya.
Emang di loop kan ya?
Susah, Cuk.
Kan lagi penyembahan, Cok.
Baru di add Mas. Oke.
Dia datangnya pas lagi penyembahan, jadi dia bingung. Kok lagunya ngulang-ngulang katanya.
Masuk. Jangan lupa relock ya.
Tahu aku, Cok.
Karena kan Bang
sudah aku invite.
Iya, diputar terus lagunya.
Iya, kan ngulang-ngulang itu.
Kita bermain Mobile Legend.
Makanya ke gereja Leji. Ya itulah pokoknya. Ini tampilan apaan? Tampilan.
Tungguin mana orang ini tidur.
Kalau pagi-pagi itu soalnya ada yang
sebenarnya
nyapu, ada anak kecil nangis.
Tidur. Bangun lagi. Hah?
Sebenarnya bangun ya.
Senangnya di pagi hari.
Tapi emang nggak muncul notif sih. Aku mikir kau mau live di DC kan, nggak ngerti aku.
Enggak lah, kan aku kalau di DC nanti sayang, Cok.
Tapi kok hapus gitu, Cok? Percuma berarti.
Nggak apa-apa kan tadi testing tuh rupanya baterai cepat habis, Mas.
Oh, itu aja HP-mu normal. HP ku nih buat main Mobile Legends 24 jam serusak apa baterainya, bayangin aja.
Habis Cok, apa itunya baterai gua.
Karena dia kan pakai data, terus dia itu harus mancarin, harus sambil ngerekam. Dia capek banget HP-nya.
Iya, habis baterai, tapi kuota aman.
Kuota aman. Assalamualaikum Kak. Ini lagi ngapain? Mau keluar Cihuy, mau cari makan.
Kuota aman. Cuma baterainya gelo borosnya.
Jadi dia harus ngerekam, harus
itu live dari awal belum mulai sampai mau khotbah itu hitungannya sejam lebih lah kayaknya. Gila tuh baterainya Cok, boros anjir.
Langsung deres ya.
Berarti next harus bawa ini nih apa, harus bawa charger nih, jangan power bank Cok.
Aku sih biasa pakai power bank.
Karena biar enak bawanya kan, kalau kan standby HP-nya.
Sigmaal ini ya. Komen lah Bang Aldo.
Enggak udah aku report Cok.
Ya.
Bang,
kecuali dia kesini baru mau.
Gitu. Ada nggak usah komen nih, subscribe aja, subscribe.
Gak usah. Apa subscribe Cok? Dia jangan nggak subscribe dulu.
Kurang satu.
Gengsi dong.
Semua akan kebagian mabar guys. Minggu ceria
kasihan dia nggak cari paha. Jadi rencananya mau mabar dia.
Notify, tinggal di share.
Mabar sama siapa? Sama lu.
Tinggal di like.
Sama Gila lah, ngapain sama aku.
ACC-nya nanti ACC-nya habis kiamat.
Tapi Gila internetnya bermasalah.
Adik-adik syarat mabarnya.
Internetnya aja nggak setuju.
Bisa membaca, minta tolong mamahnya bacakan syarat
internetnya
mabar.
nggak setuju.
Sudah
lagi ini pakai first media aja.
ACC Bang.
Nggak ngerti.
Adik-adik bocil-bocil kematian belum bisa membaca. Tapi tenang, kita mau drama di pagi hari.
Nah, kalian pada pindah ke IRL aja sebenarnya. Sebentar ya, aku kasih linknya.
Waduh.
Apa
Luarnya pakai C crash minor.
IRL cari makan guys. Di link itu ya.
G crash minor di mana sih, Cok? Iya kan 4.
Jadi ada waktu ini ya. Waktu upload. Apa namanya ini? Upload thumbnail tuh beda. Jadi kadang videonya udah live, thumbnailnya nanti baru jalan.
Iya, biasanya gitu sih.
Kalau HP, kalau PC langsung. Kok kasih thumbnail apa tadi?
Nggak ada, kan itu coba-coba Cok. Pakai foto profil jadinya dia, pakai yang generalnya.
Orang-orang suruh pakai thumbnail, dia sendiri nggak pakai thumbnail. Berapa kurang 6 hari lagi dia. Sambil deg-deg kurang tidur ini Bang Aldo pasti.
Mas Riko pikiran anjir. Besok ngambil mobil dulu nih.
Itu juga Cok nyanyinya.
Masa nggak ada latihan lagi Cok? Gladi kayak apa kayak?
Dewa 19.
Besok.
Loh, udah jago Cok.
Loh,
udah GG.
Ininya gabungin itunya loh.
Dewa 19.
Itu urusan mereka. Kalau sampai di panggung itu aku lempar stick lagi nanti.
Baru apply grup.
Parah sih ini. Band nggak ada ini Cok, band nggak ada kekompakannya Cok. Tidak jadi contoh yang baik ya. Pasti Eca Sumitro kecewa ya sama Bang Aldo.
Samsul belum bisa membaca.
Melimpahkan.
Aku percaya sama mereka.
Main gitar jadi kalau
melimpahkan ke
tinggi
orang
atau
lain.
ngerti.
Aku percaya sama mereka kok.
C minor tuh gimana C minor?
Kami pernah kok main yang acara nikahan itu nggak ada latihan sama vokalisnya Cok. Ketemu aja baru di panggung itu.
Langsung gas.
Kan
nggak aransemen macam-macam.
Wih, lagu nikahan lebih random lagi Mas.
Tapi kan nggak ribet aransemennya biasanya.
Enggak, bukan ribet aransemennya. Ini apa requestan dari tamu-tamu kan aneh-aneh gitu. Terus si vokalis kan baru ketemu di situ juga.
Takut nggak tahu lagunya juga. Suruhnya sendiri lah penontonnya.
Vokalisnya tuh jam terbangnya bagus, jadi kami menyesuaikan.
Nobar, belum sejam lagi Kak Nana, makanya aku mau keluar makan ini. Aduh, Dani
Emang dia
ini bingung,
nobar
Cok,
juga
Dani,
kan
Cok.
Anda, Cok?
Kak Nana lagi nyantui kayaknya, lagi pusing ngurus visa dia.
Ngerti bola
Ini
juga kan
chord
Anda?
apa begini? Nobar makan.
MU x Chelsea.
MU lawan Chelsea nih seru nih, harga
Dia
diri.
jadi, Cok. Thumbnail simple, Cok.
Apa?
Thumbnail simple aja udah, yang
Itu
penting
suara apa? Yang penting
ada
MU sama Chelsea udah,
ada
Cok.
udah cukup lah.
Aku mau keluar nyari STMJ Kak Nana. Nikmat banget, susu telur madu jahe. Cuman aku kepikiran ya, siapa tahu yang di Cilewi itu pelernya abang-abangnya tuh, makanya jadi nikmat susunya.
Anjing ngomongnya kencang-kencang lagi, Cok.
Kenapa?
Bar bener, Cok, mulutnya, Cok.
Loh, kan kita mikir kan penglarisnya, wah pakai nyelupin pelernya abang.
Hari Minggu nih Mas, nih hari Minggu Mas.
Bisa nih buat teman-teman semua. Chelsea lah, oke, bentar ya. Chelsea sama MU ini peringkat berapa? Premier League standing. Notify, mantap.
Nah ini MU Chelsea aku belum lihat nih berapa bet-betnya nih.
Contoh aja,
Chelsea peringkat 6, MU peringkat 3.
ya.
MU tolol.
Minta tolong
serius?
mamahnya membacakan pin komen. Bisa.
Tapi City kemarin kalah tuh. Kayaknya ini bakal menang
di
Mas.
kopi ya, ketikanku
MU
biar bisa
5 pertandingan terakhir draw kalah, draw menang kalah.
Bisa menang
sekali, Cuk. Chelsea 5 pertandingan terakhir menang, imbang, kalah, menang 3 kali. Di sini sama-sama masih 9 match ya. Sabar. Sekarang jadwalnya masih Barcelona Las Palmas Espanyol. Ada suara apa, guys? Oh, Discordku.
Horor.
Oh, Bang Frankie. Kok aku nggak nyetel suara apa kok ada
Simpan sebagai
gerusuk apa?
tes.
Nah, tuh dicontoh notify. Sudah share Mugofal. Nah, Mugofal pintar guys. Mugofal Project sudah notify, sudah share. Nickname-nya apa Mugofal?
Oh kemarin
nah,
MU lah.
Pasti bisa seperti Mugofal tuh sudah contohkan. Tinggal
MU lah masa Chelsea.
Ini diikuti.
Aku sih MU.
Aku sih nggak dukung tim-tim kecil guys.
Nggak ngerti aku, nggak gerusak.
Kita lihat berapa betnya ya.
Hatiku terbakar jadi.
Aku belum lihat soalnya nih.
Apa Mugofal, nickname-nya Mugofal.
Itu dulu apa? Salim dulu, sapa nggak itu sopan Cok.
Apa? Kenapa Bang Aldo?
Harus sapa dulu, salim.
Nick cuma numpang lewat, kita ACC karena sudah pintar.
Kenapa di atas Cok facecamnya? Itu di bawah Cok, kiri bawah.
Ya. Apa tadi satunya namanya? Rian, semangat Rian, kamu pasti bisa. Jangan lupa relock Mugofal.
Ingin merah Cok.
Meskipun aku selalu yang
Mana ini MU nih? MU Chelsea Liga Prancis, Jerman, Champion Inggris.
Relock biar bisa masuk.
Ah ini dia. Wah besar betnya Mas.
Betnya buat MU. Chelsea lah pasti.
2,5 anjir.
Mantap. Wait ya.
Ngeri banget Cok. 2,5 kan tuh.
Apa nih 2,5?
MU ngasih.
Handicap.
Nah kalau kayak gini nih biasanya MU mau 1-0 doang nih. Oke kita kunci ya guys ya. Kita kunci. Perkiraan Aldo Toto 88, MU 1, Chelsea 0. 2245 ya.
1-0 doang.
Iya.
Aku sih 1 sama ya prediksiku ya.
Satu
Dia
sama.
itu
Ini sih masih
apa
menang
sih?
bandar sih.
Bentar, coba. Aku kemarin kan emang tujuannya menang bandar sama ini sama Bang Benny. Ya.
Cuma kayaknya MU harus menang.
Mana sih? Aduh, ini WA aku ke-reset lagi loh yang di PC ya
Dia
Allah.
ngejar poin soalnya. Kemarin kan soalnya City udah kalah, Cok.
Coba buka ya.
Riset gimana?
City kalah. Kemarin City udah kalah soalnya. Jadi kalau ada tim besar yang mempengaruhi skor tuh, yang bawah juga ngikutin gitu sistemnya biasanya.
Kadang chat yang dari HP di PC nggak kebaca. Maksudnya chatnya dari kita sendiri. Umpamanya Bang Franky ngechat nih, aku balas.
Ngejar poin lah.
Halo Bang Franky, aku balasnya pakai HP nih. Di PC itu nggak ada chatku, adanya chatnya Bang Franky doang kayak gitu. Kadang.
Ada lagi dong terlalu
Bisa
cinta, bro.
macam-macam kok.
Realit nih.
Kenapa?
Ini loh apa? Yang itu. Tuhan.
Apa?
Itu apa loop?
Tadi
Loop drama itu loh yang
itu.
paling aku bilang tuh. Udah muncul lagi.
Muncul lagi?
Iya.
Muncul di mana?
Biar bingung deh.
Di prank. Nah, Rian. Sudah tanda seru notify nickname-nya apa Rian? Go ACC. Aman. Masih baru pada bangun orang-orang ini. Masih pagi banget. Semangat Bang, semoga rame. Amin. Semi featuring An. Tes, halo Frank, Van Houten ini pasti iya kan? Frank ya yang tes. Undang Bang. Iya sudah diundang. Kamu makanya relock ya. Mugoval dengarkan curhatku. Ayo Rian, apa nickname-nya Rian? It's my dream masuk, it's my dream mas di atas. Sabar, kita nunggu Bang Franky guys. It's my dream masuk. Yang habis masuk grup mabar relock guys, relock. Meskipun aku pacar rahasia, meskipun aku selalu yang
Kenapa? Jadi makin deg-degan aku tuh.
Dia tuh mau manggung, Vi.
Cak, kapan?
Tanggal 9, nanti di live-in kita nonton, kita kata-katain fales.
Mana ada bunyi drum fales, Cok. Vokalisnya iya.
Vokalisnya fales, masuknya nggak pas gitu. Aku kata-katain, Cok. Caranya
salah.
Iya, tapi
freestyle-nya nggak pas, freestyle-nya nggak pas.
Bisa sih. Bentar masih solo dulu, Cok, jangan masuk. Kena mental, Cok. Langsung nggak mau nyanyi lagi, Cok, vokalisnya masih. Kitanya kayak bilang makasih gitu, nanti langsung kirim ke emailnya. Kan bisa dibalas dari sini.
Aduh.
Nih itu ada bikinnya racun komodo.
Kita nggak boleh dengar lagu lagi, Cok. Dekan dia anjir.
Racun komodo.
Refreshing untuk Naruto.
Racun komodo.
Nih, mending kalian aku nonton Naruto nih. Poson bot sih.
Sherlock dong ya, Sherlock.
Mending kalian nonton Naruto.
Soalnya kalau di sana kan nggak mungkin ngisi saldo GoPay gitu-gitu. Emang pakai GoPay di Aussie. Makanya Kak Mulia apa?
Anjing lu belum nonton episode ini, Mas.
Bukan.
Udah nonton, ulangin terus.
Ulang lagi seru, Cok. Aku dulu nonton ini tuh nunggu seminggu 2 minggu sekali coba habis nonton, Cok. Keluar di webnya.
Ayo Gopal dan Rian, masa kamu relock nggak bisa sudah contohkan barusan? Kecilin aja yang itu kok. Tutorial relock. Biar ada tontonan di live maksudnya.
Bukannya copyright mas.
Oh iya ya.
Lucu pokoknya kalau minggu.
Suara Naruto. Oh enggak, kalau enggak nonton screenmu enggak keluar suaranya.
Krilok.
Oh.
Halo, mau gue
Aman. Tuh.
Gambarnya
Itu
doang ya?
udah nyetel kan Naruto-mu kan?
Udah, gambarnya doang kan?
Enggak, gambarnya tetap live-ku. Kan OBS-nya beda.
Tapi ini kayaknya mereka upload ini aman deh harusnya.
Oh, matamu, Cok.
Ini udah sekali lalu tuh konten ini.
Jadi pihak ketiga.
Kok nonton di YouTube?
Jadi kan orang-orang
Iya kan di
mungkin
YouTube.
kalau langsung transfer kan bisa. Cuman kalau di ini kan biar seru-seruan gitu loh. Bisa buat.
Tadi aku nonton itu apa nonton yang dub Indonesia cuma
sipin kata-kata nanti langsung
beberapa
dibacain
episode
sama
doang
Mbak
yang ada.
Google-nya kayak gitu-gitu. Pinter lah. Jadi dia ngambil
ini
5%
di sini
dari
nih masih
semua streamer tuh kan dah gede
flashback.
banget.
Aku males
Bang
Cok,
Franky.
belum berantemnya. Nangis lah Naruto, cengeng banget Naruto.
Loh, ini papa mamamu kamu suruh pulang, Vi?
Apa?
Papa mamamu kamu suruh pulang.
Dan Gofal.
Nggak emang pulang, besok kerja.
Oh, cuman weekend doang ke situ.
Iya.
Ya jatuhnya jadi virtual account ya dari BCA ya.
Iya, enggak, aku pilihnya virtual account.
Oh,
No, Naruto.
Ini virtual account-nya pasti ini terus apa enggak ya?
Kayaknya pasti itu terus.
Oh, berarti simpan aja.
Di save aja.
Aduh, apa ini?
Tes kakak, halo Iren. Airin. Airin Red Velvet. Gimana tuh? Ntar. Coba aku penasaran juga.
Naruto Hobi.
Lanjutkan aja lah.
Asuma. Jiraya.
Aku senang yang waktu lawan Hidan itu, Cok. Itu seru juga tuh. Hidan Kakuzu tuh loh.
Asli Cok. Lonidan si siapa si
Kamaru
itu si Kamaru sendiri mainnya Cok, pro player.
Ini loh, Cok. Yang Hidan itu ternyata dia immortal dari dulu kala, Cok. Dia pernah lawan Hokage
Iya,
1, Cok, anjing.
Dia punya itu apa, punya
4 jantung.
punya sigil dia.
Siapa sih Bapak Kakashi?
Hidan. Dia punya sigil.
Coba aja 5
Kakuzu kok Hidan. Oh, Hidan ya yang sigil ini ya.
Sigil Hidan yang
sigil yang nggak mati ya.
Masuk.
Iya, kalau Kakuzu jantungnya 4.
Semoga Bang Franky sehat terus, lancar rezekinya. Iya, sebenarnya jadi mudah.
Nenek Cio.
Bentar guys, aku juga mau coba
Pas gara kena tangkap. Mari.
Kok hilang kok opsi BCA-nya?
Si siapa?
Choose payment method.
Naruto kun.
Oh, langsung itu.
Sigma kun.
Langsung muncul.
Langsung ke apa? Langsung ke sedih.
Oh.
Udah mau habis nih. Ayo bergabung.
Give me a reason.
Bergabung.
Bocil minggu pagi.
Malam ada MCL.
MCL-nya nggak ada musuhnya. Bingung aku malan. Iya, jadi cuma bisa main sekali. Habis itu nggak ketemu musuh. Ke cancel sendiri. Pokoknya game rusak lah. Sumpah ya, mana di sawer Bang AB 1 juta kan langsung rame. Waduh ini. Wah parah. Merugikan Sultan gitu katanya.
Kalau MCL dulu terus gimana?
Iya ini ngebak, nggak ngerti. Aku aja udah 2 kali mengalami itu. Jadi nggak ada musuhnya.
Ini ya, karma ya.
Tiketnya ke apa gitu?
Segilnya
Orochimaru. Aku pakai apa tadi malam?
Iya.
Pakai Bang Roy. Lagunya Bang Roy. Nah, di
yang cewek itu Uzumaki juga
menang
itu.
MCL,
Yang
menang
eksperimennya
sekali
Orochimaru.
doang. Karena matchnya cuma dapat sekali.
Siapa namanya? Karin.
Habis itu
Pacarnya
ranked
ini. Pacarnya
Wah,
Afi.
ini pacaran sama Izuma
Oh,
sekarang
pantesan
juga.
pendiam ya. Digugat bocil,
Iya.
digugat Rio.
Kacamata lagi kan, Cok?
Sini.
Anjir.
Thank you Vika sudah mirip sekali, Cok, tinggal diubah warna rambutnya
Ah,
doang.
ini Sigma Al nih, ini Sigma Al.
Oh my fucking god. Aneh masalahnya.
Nindaime, Cok. Sigma Al, mirip kan?
Jangan lah. Halo bro, halo Benom. Ini kenapa nggak jalan-jalan nih guys? Udah jam 11 nih, setengah jam lagi nih. Selamat pagi. Belum makan belum ini nih.
Pergi beli makan dulu lah. Biar nonton ini.
Apa mampir nih? Langle.
Tukarin, Cok. Ceweknya V, Cok. Nah, ini V nih harus kemarin, Cok.
Bang Franky main. Pas nih kurang satu nih. Udah masuk nih, cuma numpang lewat. Cuma numpang lewat itu berarti siapa? Rian ya? Bukan. Berarti
Nah, ini aku nih, Sasuke.
Mugofal. Kamu berkat live stream ini kamu bisa reload kan? Mengerti arti
Sigma
kata
Al.
reload kan? The best. Iguzu makan lah, siap.
Ya, reload tuh keluar dari aplikasi.
Bang Benom nongkrong di mana tuh? Nongkrong di mana tuh? Aku tiba-tiba rilis kuisinya ini semua Cok, makanan-makanan Jakarta Bang Aldo.
Sudah aku invite.
Padahal Jakarta kemana-mana macet dan sangat luas.
Gas kan.
Ada Gojek.
Pertama.
Enggak, tapi enak makan di sana Cok, babi-babinya. Maga, maga.
Aku bikin kopi.
Murah-murah lagi yang pinggir jalannya. Tapi kering banget mulutku. Duitnya ngumpulin dulu. Masih ada
5 kg itu udah lagi.
1 bulan.
Udah telat datang.
Diong dari Pik. Makan apa itu?
Ingin ku bunuh pacarmu saja cium bibir merahmu. Tapi tidak boleh
Orang
sama
Korea.
Facebook.
Ya, dia berubah saringan itu.
Hatiku terbakar jadinya cantik. Anjas.
Tuh kan. Ngeri guys, Epic Legend tuh sekarang. Pik-pikannya begini. Mana ada Epic Legend Pik Karina? Pik Luoyi. Tidak ada bro.
Control me.
Nah ini baru ada. Berarti masih ori. Ada Lailatul Qadar. Mirip Stephen Yang. Stephen Yang tuh ini ya.
Sigma Al masih muda, Cok.
Aku pacaran rahasiamu. Meskipun aku selalu yang kedua, tapi aku manusia.
Aku pengen nyetel lagu Cok. Tapi tidak boleh sama Facebook. Iya, Facebookku itu rusak. Bang Franky yang ku bilang dolar merah dulu. Mau gimana pun caranya orang menonton bakal jadi 0. Dan masih nggak ada kepastian sama sekali. Maka sempat drop sekali rasanya, live streaming nggak bisa ditonton orang tuh, ada sedih.
Tapi kan kalau nonton gitu ketahuan yang nonton gitu.
Jadi mamanya nonton 5 orang tuh ya.
Nggak marah, Cok.
Ada 5 orang sebenarnya nonton, tapi di ininya countingnya tuh 0. Gitu. Sama
satu menu 200 anjing. China apa, Cok?
Nggak dapat notifikasi kalau aku live streaming.
Oh, servisnya bagus.
Makanya
Enak nggak tapi?
Notify itu.
Servis doang nggak enak. Pukulin, Cok, sama aja.
Kenapa?
Tempatku enggak ada notif.
Nah, ya kan? Makanya kalau nggak jadi supporter gitu, nggak aku kabarin personal di grup apa gimana tuh, waduh, wassalam, Mas. Pagi, nah tuh ada Kak Mulia. Wait sih,
enak menurutku.
Pahit. Iya, bentar. Baru balas Kak Mulianya. Kak Mulia tuh bingung nge-mute grup tuh nggak bisa. Kenapa? Gak ada musik FB, ada copyright. Wah, paling parah FB kalau masalah copyright. Jangan ditanya Rangga.
Beli mentalmu aman kan?
Ya Allah, retriku ketinggalan.
Masalah apa nih?
Aduh, tuh Indomaretnya tutup goblok jam segini. Kurang gede,
nggak punya uang, guys.
Yuris will be bisa nggak kepencet lu. Kaget aku. Meskipun aku pacar rahasia. You know lah. Apa yang aku tahu, Cok? Meskipun aku selalu yang kedua.
Ini orang kenapa di ini ya, di perban terus yang kali ya?
Tapi aku manusia yang udah sakit.
Kenapa, Mi?
Gua lupa Hokage yang mukanya di perban terus itu kenapa ya?
Jangan Rom Gatot.
Nggak tahu, Cok. Bentar, suaramu kecil, bentar ya. Nah, ini tuh besar nih.
Tak kira platform merah.
Aku nggak hafal, Cok. Hokage pedulu yang di perban gitu.
Mampus. Dulu. Bisa ke situ orangnya sampai kaget aku.
Anjay, KG 5 KG turun, Cok.
Ngeri pokoknya di sini ngeri, Rangga ngeri. Kamu dari YouTube kah? Itu dikit lagi, Cok, darahnya habis. Wah, ditusuk kita berdua nih.
Habis, Cok.
Nggak mati.
Gak bisa mati, Cok. Bang, give skin. Aduh, aku miskin, Faris. Nggak punya diamond. Nanti ya, doakan aku sukses terus jadi anak muntun. Nanti ku kasih skin, guys. Giveaway, guys. Ini aku baru mulai live streaming lagi bulan ini setelah lama tidak live streaming. Sudah mulai kembali, guys. Supporterku sudah 18, guys. Mau OTW 20. Nih. Best.
Yang perban-perban tuh. Mana tadi? Nah, nih, kayak Luffy.
Goblok, gua nggak sampai muka ini. Cuma di kaki.
Terus gue nanti ku edit ya.
Gua cuma di kaki anjing.
Nah, tadi kayak Mat Adi, Cok. Nah, tadi tuh.
Tadi ke atas. Selalu ada lu aja di situ. Nah kan.
Bukan ini.
The best emang aku, guys.
Nah, ini, Cok. Mat Adi anjir. Ada Riot, Cok. Anjay.
Malah mati sendiri Karinanya. Free target kita. Kita cuman kalah retri sekali di merah, guys. Habis itu masih aman.
Suci KG.
Kelas. Wah, ada ini. Ada orang di
sini. Ini KG. Hokage.
Hati-hati di kiri.
Jurus memanggil naga.
Naga pascol.
Leher panjang, Cok. Orochimaru deh, Cok.
Wah. Estes mana ultinya? Estes si Matupang ini alu. Nggak ada lo ultinya. Halo kakak, mampir, thank you sama-sama DS. Dedi Sorbusher apa?
Anjay Mia, Cok.
Kun bang, paling enak tidur habis jogging bang. Wak ya semangat jogging. Wah, habis jogging tidur. Mantap. Suka nggak kepencet, beli item aja nggak kepencet. Ada Karina tuh.
Ya. I hope so.
Mana mempan?
Aldo like a dog. Setiap detik berharga di Mobile Legends, guys.
Anjay.
Tuh persiapan war turtle.
Si Kamaru itu.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yap, keren Naruto.
Ayo taruh. Cepet banget kan.
Bisa deh bagi Cakra lagi bertarung gitu.
Nice. Ini CC-nya resek banget. Retri.
Keadilan adalah kekuatan.
Kabur dia. Masa si Matupang nih cuman nambahin MM dong, teman yang lain nggak ditambahin darahnya nih.
Bapaknya si Kamaru.
Udah mati kan di sini kan bapaknya?
Udah. Bapaknya Bapak Choji.
Bapaknya Ino juga kan?
Iya.
Ya mati udara parangin angin ini.
Kekuatan tidak berasal dari tubuh, melainkan tekad yang
Bisa,
kata-kataku saling suapnya dengan senjata.
keras sekali musuhnya ya.
Ih, banyak ngomong ya. Perang. Anjay. Penasehat Naruto nggak tuh?
Kalah dariku bukanlah kesalahan. Rasakan kekuatan.
Anjingnya pun tak yakin tuh.
Sabar.
Ya jelas tiba nih.
Iya, bocil tuh. Tsunade. Anjay.
Sini.
Aku juga mau.
Lu mah maunya bukan ditempel tangan.
Sumpah flickernya ada terus. Tembak itu tembak. Laila Dumatubun. Lari kau. Copy pahit. Copy pahit. Dar. Nice. Nggak percuma guys. Kita masuk tower. Yo. Aduh, siapa yang bisa ditabrak nih? Gak jadi bohong.
Anjay.
Wah, anjay sakit banget, cok. Astagfirullah. Rank apa? Epic tampan. Aduh. Ya, gara-gara kamu nggak kulihat ada orang. Teknik menyalahkan viewers. Tuh mati dong. Selamat. Udah tadi. Udah dibaca semua komennya. Harusnya dapat buffnya aku guys. Ajar. Kelas. Dapat tower. Wah, kalau aku hidup bisa end, guys. Oh, nggak bisa. Tuh, tower tuh sekuat itu sekarang bisa ulti. Minion langsung bersih, guys, di ulti tower.
Biju dama.
Lord kedua. Bodoh. Sabar.
Rasakan kekuatanku yang dahsyat.
Aku baru sadar emang bunyi-bunyi terus baksnya guys, serunya guys. Tetet.
Ini masih belum balik kok.
Tuh kita kontes birunya. Thank you Denny. Rangga sudah follow. Mampus kau. Mampus kau. Mati tuh satu tuh. Mampus kau. Mama. Ngerti aku guys. N. Tembak. Nah, paksa Bang Franky ke itunya, ke Lailanya. The best. Teknik pengalihan isu, guys. Lailanya mukulin Gatot.
Victory.
Dia mati.
Iya bener. Udah pasti clean MVP-nya guys. Dar. The best. Mana lagi yang mau ikut mabar?
Anjing tinggal potong tengahnya bangku.
Semangat
Kan
ya,
jauh
kamu sudah berusaha. Teman-temannya hero-nya bagus banget. Dia pakai Layla sendiri guys. Aku ambil bikin kopi sih guys, kopi sih. Nanti adik-adik pasti gak ngopi Mas Bas. Bikin kopi dulu ya. Gasnya masih ada nggak nih? Cek dulu.
Anjay. Epic cok. Epic banget ini.
Teman-teman yang mau ikut mabar seperti biasa, yang di Facebook dibantu ramaikan, yang di YouTube dibantu ramaikan, yang di Nimo dibantu ramaikan, yang di Gox dibantu ramaikan. Kalau nggak ada lanjut sama yang tadi lagi. Kenapa cek pada track?
Anjing dikombinasi Jo.
Ngeri banget ya.
Aku mau lihat takut ya jadi.
Kucing sih begitu.
Goblok. Main nggak Kak Mulia? Minggu tuh malah biasanya ini malah sibuk dia kan IO kan. Mainkah Kak Mulia? Apa kerja? Mas Bas, maaf kalau beban doranya. Wah, yang penting menang, guys. ACC Group nih dibaca syarat mabarnya. Tamfan oi oi. Bantu subscribe, like, and share. Bersih rumah. Sudah kuduga. ACC Group bang, kamu belum notify, like, and share. Iqbal, dibaca lagi syarat mabarnya. Tonight. Yang tadi lagi masuk aja guys, karena masih belum ada ini adik-adik baru yang sudah mengikuti syarat mabarnya. Sudah ku ini ya, sudah ku bacakan ya, tinggal diikuti. Oh, gara-gara silver queen. Picinya setan. Nih, jangan pada tanya kopinya mana ya. Nih kopi guys. Good day cappuccino with cocoa granule. Syarat mabar ada di pin komen guys. Nah betul tuh, seperti Bang Yudi guys sudah menggendong jadi supporter, sudah mau jadi supporter, ikut menggendong adik-adik. Terbaik cok. Emang dari supporterku tuh orang-orang baik guys, jenisnya mirip-mirip guys, suka membantu sesama. Mas giliran ya, masuk-masuk aja, ini masih belum ada lagi. Tuh, Iqbal baru bisa notify, belum dibaca semua. Masuk-masuk aja, nggak apa-apa. Gimana sih buka ininya kok susah? Pakai Nana aja, Vi, pasti MVP tadi. Udah ya, semangat Iqbal, dibaca lagi syarat mabarnya, diikuti ya. Joko granulnya tuh kalau banyak itu enak kayaknya guys. Jadi kopi susu. Epic boleh mabar nggak kok? Boleh Alacen. ACC Group titik, iya ya. Dibantu subscribe, like, and share nih syarat mabarnya dibaca ya. Subscribe, like, and share yang di YouTube, yang di Facebook.
Habis.
Notify, like, and share. Mudah sekali syarat mabarnya. Semoga bisa diikuti ya. Gas. Nah, jadi waktu main kalian sudah siap guys. Oh, aku sudah subscribe, like, and share. Masuk grup mabar. Aku sudah notify, like, and share. Masuk grup mabar. Gitu. Mudah bukan? Tapi ini kalau aku seruput, mulutku jeder guys. Masih panas guys.
Bergabung.
Ranger bergabung.
Ya.
Ayo kita cari pahala, membantu teman-teman push rank dengan gratis. Cuman bantu pencet-pencet HP doang.
384.
Panas banget, Cok. Nanti aja lah gue seruputnya. Kalau udah agak adem. Didahulukan yang masih Epic Legend.
Bagiku, kesenangan adalah segalanya.
Sesatu-satu ya musuhnya jago-jago. Wah, dewa ini chordnya emang susah-susah.
Bertarung untuk memperoleh.
Wah, ini kok kayaknya yang susah akres. Akres itu gimana akres?
Dengan senang hati.
Kayak B. Oh, kayak bebes. Akres.
Aku adalah Yin dan tidak akan pernah berubah apapun yang terjadi.
Tiba saat mengerti. Nggak ada yang bagus. Tiba saat mengerti jerit suara hati. Letih meski mencoba.
Bergabung coy.
Kok susah ya?
Pakai kertas itu, pakai kertas, bukan pakai besi itu.
Pakai skin cok ramanya.
Mohon tinggal sejenak. Lupakanlah waktu, temani air mataku, teteskan lara.
Belum pulang nggak Mas Bas?
Menjalin mimpi.
Udah mau mulai cok.
F minor di mana sih? 1 ya. Menjalin mimpi dan sepi-sepi.
Pertarungan tidak akan pernah padam.
Notify. Nah tuh langsung diikuti syarat mabarnya ya. Kalian pasti bisa membaca adik-adik. Kalau habis match ini tetap tidak bisa membaca, ya terpaksa yang bisa membaca aja yang main. Ini lagi. Aduh. Pokoknya jangan malu bertanya kepada orang tua sendiri. Mama, papa, ini bacanya apa? Biar kalian bisa ikut mabar. Mantap masih. Cinta akan membawamu kembali di sini. Nah, musuhnya ada bestie-bestinya nih. Biasanya nggak susah kalau ada bestie-bestinya. Yang susah itu nggak bestie, nggak expert, sama pakainya sprint semua. Mending suren dek. Matisnya petrify. Buat apa? Buat nusuk pantat itu ulti.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
Oh, cepet banget deh udah sampai sini.
Keadilan adalah kekuatan untuk hati yang lemah.
Udah baru selesai merah, Re. Ya ampun.
Ya rasanya dari ekor.
Oh gitu ku ambil guys merahnya guys.
Rasakan kekuatanku yang dahsyat.
Ini mau ngambil ini biruku dia.
Ini mau mengganggu. Oh ini sini.
Kita rusuh gitu deh. Waduh, luwoinya nganggur guys.
Kemana?
Kalau dariku, bukanlah kesalahanmu.
Mati semua tuh. Kan? Udah nggak apa-apa. Ditinggalin aja.
Kata-kataku sama kuatnya dengan senjataku. Kekuatan tidak berasal dari...
Waduh, tolong. Wah, ngerti ya guys. Radriku masih level berapa?
Kata-kataku sama kuatnya dengan senjataku.
Ya, flashback lagi.
Kekuatan tidak berasal dari tubuh, melainkan tekad yang kuat. Keadilan adalah kekuatan untuk hati yang lemah. Kekuatan rektaltas tidak akan pernah dikalahkan. Aku membersihkan hati kemanapun.
Sepi. Aduh. Rank apa ini? Epic GM. Draha Grabber Match. Nggak bisa bacanya.
Keluar, Cok.
Iya, biju-bijunya keluar semua.
Teman-temanku nggak ada.
Biju. Yubi.
Becek dia.
Kekuatan tidak berasal dari tubuh, melainkan tekad yang kuat. Kalau dariku, bukanlah kesalahanmu.
Zoning. Jangan di situ zoningnya. Karinya di belakangnya. Dorong lagi ada nggak? Dorong. Ah. Karena berada dari belakang biar dia maju ke depan. Legend boleh ikut, boleh. Diikuti syarat mabarnya di pin komen. DRHA Grabber. Kalau belum bisa membaca, bisa berdiskusi sama adik-adik yang lain. Ditunggu ya. Habis match ini harus sudah bisa membaca. Yang mau masuk grup, jangan lupa like, share, subscribe dulu ya adik-adik. Thank you Fajri. Tuh diikuti adik-adik syarat mabarnya. Lumayan kan naik rank di pagi hari. Oh kayak nggak dimajuin gitu adik-adik. Kita ambil bah biru dulu. Ayo, abis ini biar tinggal ku ACC guys. Kalian pasti bisa. Aku yakin. Turtle ke bawah. Biarin aja MM-nya. Ini rumputnya yang di sini yang dibuka. Nah, kan rame kan? Jago nih ya. Jago cara mainnya, guys. Sudah, semangat dibaca ya. Kapan main sama Billy? Tidak main sama Billy nih, main sama viewer. Habis ini ACC ya, dibaca aja syarat mabarnya. Adik-adik tetap tidak bisa membaca. Minta tolong orang tuanya membacakan syarat mabarnya adik-adik. Tukar. Semangat ya, pasti bisa kok.
Keadilan adalah kekuatan untuk hati yang lemah.
Request backup.
Melainkan tekad yang kuat.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Saudara adalah pedang bermata dua.
Initiate retreat.
Kata-kataku sama kuatnya dengan senjataku. Kalah dariku bukanlah kesalahanmu.
Namanya makro.
Kekuatan aku membersihkan api manapun aku pergi.
Enemy has been slain. Our turret has been destroyed.
Gimana luoyinya? Malah datengin musuh. Luoyi sesat.
Belum pulang Mas Bas tuh.
Ayo semangat adik-adik, kalian pasti bisa membaca. Ayo semangat, jangan malu minta tolong orang tua baca pin komen guys. Daripada kalian sampai 3 jam nggak bisa main, kan sedih. Nah, camp di biru. Di rumput atas sana, bukan di rumput situ. Aku salah.
Mana ke situ lagi?
Bisa kabur. Oh bang, gua nanya itu kenapa yang famous pro player udah nggak ada. Aduh, nggak ngerti ngomong apa kamu Oksi. Coba pakai bahasa Indonesia aja ya. Kita bikin magic.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Oh, Frankonya yang diincar sama Kari.
Waduh.
Nggak apa-apa kalau ada ulti, nggak apa-apa. Nggak usah takut, darahnya masih banyak. Nah gitu loh, gampang guys, ini game gampang, semua bisa jadi.
Bantuan
Nggak di push ya. Thank you Bang Sardian sudah membagikan. Ikut main nggak Bang Sardian? Tuh, yang support aja tetap share guys. Kalian membaca aja nggak bisa, pengen ikut main, gimana caranya? Persiapan Lord.
Kalau dariku, bukanlah kesalahan. Initiate retreat.
Rasakan kekuatanku yang dahsyat. Kekuatan Black Tortoise tidak akan pernah dikalahkan.
Dapat. Dah Lord. Aku udah penuhin syarat mabar Bang, semangat ya DRHA. Coba minta tolong mamahnya bacain ini syarat mabarnya.
Oh iya Jo.
Bawah.
Semua yang kena ceramah Naruto pasti nurut.
Kekuatan paling kuat ya.
Nah, mundur. Uang di sini, Cok.
Melainkan tekad yang kuat. Kalau dariku, bukanlah kesalahanmu.
Wah, ini pasti adik-adik seneng mabar terus, guys. Karena makin sedikit adik-adik yang bisa membaca. Udah aku bagikan, Bang. Mantap. Sudah muncul rencana share-nya DRHA. Kita tidak bisa ditipu adik-adik. Mohon maaf ya.
Abis. Masa Mas belum pulang sih?
Belum.
Ya
Dipikir
ampun.
kita teman sebaya apa mudah ditipu, tidak bisa.
Ya
Kalau
masih di
sudah
sini
dewasa,
Cok.
sudah bisa membaca.
Udah
Sampai lordnya.
Lah,
TW.
Mas Bas nggak denger ngomongan kita.
Biasanya sih wave kedua ya.
Ini dia masih di Indomaretnya.
Apa?
Midnya nggak
Ini
di wave kedua.
masih dapat mat dia nih.
Lah, itu live jalan.
Tuh kita ngambil biru dulu.
Iya,
nah baru sampai sini.
ditinggal dia itu.
MasBas.
Bangkai MasBas.
Ada immortal.
Bukan live dia.
Enggak ya?
Itu ditinggalin dia, bukan live dia itu. Ya ampun.
Ada ditarik.
Kami udah selesai 3 episode Naruto, kocak.
Nice. Memang membutuhkan seperti Bang Yudi guys, supporter baru guys. The best kan? Emang supporter itu the best. Bang Frankie Moment, aku TB Tower, tembak-tembak Bang Yudi. Auto win. Itu namanya Symphony of Skill. Anjas. Aku lupa dari tadi promosi guys, nanti lah. Terlalu menikmati permainan. Semangat perangku. Semangat kari.
Timori bukan susu tapi yogurt, kocak.
Skill keluar.
Keluarnya lama. Delay. Flickernya sering terjadi. Ayo mana lagi? Aduh, masih pada belum bisa membaca. Ayo kita ini berkumpul adik-adik, ku ajarin membaca. Yo, siapa nih? DRHA.
Bisa-bisanya dia masih di apa
kita dia mengikut mabar. Gimbrut. Muhammad Iqbal. Biar kalian merasakan ini juga, merasakan ranknya naik guys. Jadi dibaca pin komennya yang berisi. Warga yang mau ikut mabar, ketik tanda seru notify. Wah, tanda seru notify ngetiknya gimana Mas Bas? Nih, ku contohkan adik-adik. Tanda seru no TIT FY notify. Wah, berhasil syarat pertama. Lalu dijempolin, di like, dipencet jempolnya, di like, lalu di share. Nah, notify, like, share, lalu masuk ke grup mabarnya. Oh, grup mabar. Oh, di sini ya Mas Bas ya. Oh, di sini. Cari recommended group. Enter group ID. Set 2198847 dan cari. Wah, ketemu. Masuk grup mabar, lalu sebut nickname-nya biar ku ACC gitu adik-adik. Bacot. Nah, kamu aja belum bisa membaca sudah bilang bacot-bacot. Gimana mau pintar? Gitu ya adik-adik ya. Yuk, bisa yuk. Adi sudah share, tinggal notify sama di like Adi. Nickname DRHA Malika, dia ya, semangat. Barusan sudah dengar tidak DRHA? Yang ini yang bantuku bacakan syarat mabarnya. Semoga udah dengar ya. Kayak berasa belajar matematika. Iya, soalnya bocil-bocil kematian tuh nggak bisa membaca Adi. Kamu jangan sombong ya, mentang-mentang sudah bisa membaca. Kamu aja notify juga belum bisa. Nah, yuk, bisa yuk. Ikut Bang, belum diterima grup. Nah kan, belum diterima langsung. Nih, yang bocil-bocil kematian YouTube juga yang mau ikut mabar nih. Wajib subscribe. Subscribe tuh yang merah-merah itu dipencet, like and share, masuk grup mabarnya Ivan kayak tadi itu. Lalu sebut nickname ya. Semangat Ivan, semoga bisa mendengarkan syarat mabarnya. Ayo, mana lagi? Kita akan selalu ramah guys kepada adik-adik kematian. Bu, pemuda yae. Nicknya Ivan Sudrajat. Ya. Langsung dibantu subscribe, like and share Ivan.
0-0 nih, Cok.
Nah,
Lumayan.
notify.
Barca 3-1 anjir.
Kelamaan bacotnya daripada mabar. Wah, kamu bersih sekali nengkelin. Kamu saja belum bisa membaca.
Itu lu di kosan gak, Vi?
Jangan berisi kalau belum bisa membaca. Tuh, notify,
Itu lu di kosan gak?
Iya, jangan notify doang DRHA. Dari tadi sudah
Loh,
notify 10 kali, guys. Yang syarat selanjutnya yang diikutin, bukan berhenti di notify-nya. Adi yang pintar
terpisah
ya,
gitu
sudah
kemarin?
notify, sudah like and share. Nickname-nya apa Adi? Masuk grup mabar.
Coba di pintu tadi yang belakang lu duduk itu loh.
Udah ku subscribe, like and share.
Nah, itu.
Nickname Ivan Sudrajat. Oke, Ivan Sudrajat. Wah. Ternyata adik-adik YouTube jauh lebih pintar daripada adik-adik Facebook.
Kupikir itu kosan tadi.
Halo Bang, halo Pemujaya. Hai Bang, halo Craft Terming. Ayo rame mabar guys.
Pulang rumah
Emang masih di perban, Vi?
Legend ya. Ivan Sudrajat
ACC
sudah subscribe, like and share. Jangan lupa yang baru masuk grup mabarnya reload.
Oh, segitu doang mah. Gampang itu.
Pemudaya tadi ada ini notifikasi sudah subscribe. Thank you ya yang sudah subscribe. Baru sudah tembus 400 subscriber, guys.
Bawa HP.
Wah, the best.
Bawa HP, Cok.
The best.
Woi, HP-nya dibawa, kocak. Aku mau lihat, woi.
Nama
yang tinggalin,
YouTube-nya apa, Bang? Mas Bas. Nih. Live di FB juga ya, Bang? Iya, Pemujayai. Tuh yang punya YouTube dibantu subscribe, guys. Kita akan menuju ke 1000 subscriber biar bisa ada iklannya. Ada.
Halo bro.
Oh, CV lagi
semakin bocil-bocil
lagi lihat baca kecelakaan, Mas.
Merajalela.
Kenapa?
Guys.
CV kabur lagi lihat kecelakaan, Cok.
CV kabur kena lihat kecelakaan. Bisa 1000 subscriber.
Iya, dia lagi lihat kecelakaan di depan rumahnya katanya.
Itu berkat.
Lah, bukannya dia masuk rumahnya ya?
Kalian push rank dengan iklan.
Itu kabur tadi, Bangke. Aku bilang bawa HP, tinggal deh, Cok.
Udah aku like dan share, cuman
terus aku mau lihat juga ya.
Notifnya ke abang lu. Bukan
mana MU?
Kamu sekarang
nge-share
langsung
tinggal dia, Cok.
muncul seperti Adi
lihat,
tuh. Nge-share 4 menit yang lalu langsung muncul.
Loh, kok nggak ada? Jam berapa sekarang? 11.47.
Di Facebook coba dilihat namanya nih. Namanya Cok. Sebelahnya ada gambar.
Kecelakaan.
Mana rencana mengikuti itu DRHA.
Ya, nge-like, Cok.
Jadi kenapa tidak bisa ditipu? Karena itu bisa kelihatan.
Ya, nge-like, Cok.
Lagi kerja, Bang. Terima kasih, Bang. Semangat buat semua
Mana Cok MU Chelsea
yang di minggu pagi ini harus bekerja. Semoga kerjaannya lancar, rezekinya banyak sedikit, yang penting rezekinya berkah dan menjadi berkat, guys. Di sini Mas Bas ini juga bukan main game terus mengajari membaca. Aku juga bekerja, guys ya. Makanya kalian yang membantu live streamku, meramaikan live streamku itu pasti akan jadi kebaikan buat diri kalian sendiri. Nah tuh, lihat tuh, baru membagikan 1 detik yang lalu.
Maju lagi tuh, jadi
aku DRHA.
Aji nggak bisa,
share dari tadi.
Mana sih
tadi 1 detik yang
jalan.
Gitu ya. Adik-adik di sini juga diajarkan agar tidak berbohong. Karena berbohong itu dosa.
Melek, Cok. Wifi-nya putus itu.
Dia bilang, aku sudah share
seluler lah.
dari tadi. Ini baru 1 detik yang lalu. Thank you Dre sudah membagikan.
Orang lo ke depan,
boleh
lu live
report. Boleh
report.
sabirin. Langsung
nggak
baca
ada
cara
MU Chelsea mana ya?
Komen. Buy one kita aduh nggak ada waktu Safrizal buy one. Ini adik-adik ingin ranknya naik. Aku invite dulu ya tadi yang seadanya. Tadi ada siapa sih? Ada Ivan ya, Ivan dari YouTube. Thank you Ivan.
Mana tuh kosong tuh baru
sabar,
main.
gantian adik-adik. Ini sudah mulai banyak yang bisa membaca. DRHA sudah notify, sudah share, sudah like. DRHA, nickname-nya DRHA Malikat, DRHA Malikat.
Wah,
DRHA
Malikat. Aku,
23 masuk, sudah notify.
Bacot diem dulu Mas Bas. Tar guys. Apa namanya?
Mana Vi? Ya, Vi dia hilang, Cok.
Apa namanya linknya ya?
Ribet
Yaaa
anjing.
itu. Jala bola.
Jalalah.
Woi, ngeri banget, Cok.
Mana? Liatin dong.
Gak bisa, jauh banget gue. Takut jatuh ini.
Enggak, nanti minta tolong abang-abangnya, Cok.
Jangan anjing, orang udah susah nambah susah anjing gara-gara gua babi.
Nanti Vicky sudah loh, masa kecelakaan juga.
Kecelakaan, Cok. Gue lagi ngobrol sama Bang Aldo tiba-tiba
gitu.
Anjing.
Kencang,
Cok. Tadi aja mobilnya kayak penyok tuh. Kayaknya ya. Saya gelap banget depan.
Mana? Coba ke depan. Pergi. Lihat,
Nggak mau.
Aku mau lihat.
Jauh anjing.
50.000.
Plastik masih ada, cuman suka ditanya di Alpha mau pakai atau enggak. Kalau di Alpha aku dapat enggak pakai plastik sama sekali.
Daripada gue jatuh,
Ini cool tapi seru buat dideketin, gas. Kantong pun paper bag kalau di tempatku. Mana enak kalau mau ketemu dia soalnya magang di RS Serang Banten. Sementara jaga jarak dulu sih gua sama si S, Mas. Itu
Cepat
jaga
dikit,
jarak.
Mas.
Apa?
Lama banget kok. Ini orang apa? Pas dikit lah, mau nonton bola nih, Cok.
Lu aku udah sampai, Cok. Ini nggak ada linknya anjing.
Gue lagi nonton IRL-nya Mas Bas. Terus gue lagi ngeliatin komennya Bang Aldo, tiba-tiba ada suara anjing.
Kencang.
Iya, makanya gue bilang
Kalau di Alpha aku suruh pakai karung sih. Dia terlalu baper. Spill ntar MU ditinggal Ten Hag jadi gimana? Lebih bagus. Loh, Kila ngerti bola. Wah, gila, Cok. Idamanku banget, guys. Kila, maksudnya keren, guys.
Masuk.
Cepet, Mas. Barca ada 3-1, Cok.
Ini nggak ada linknya, Cok, anjing.
Jala lab.
Jalalabnya juga nggak ada.
SBO top.
Top.
Cok, 0-0 lah nih, Cok.
Mas Bas ngebangun image nggak setia, suka masukin cewek, padahal mah Mas setia sama mantannya setia banget. Amin. Wah, aku sih
ngomongin apa di DC? Ngomongin film zombie teh.
Sekali hidup cuman satu wanita teh, aku teh. Ya, udah kayak burung merpati, ya nggak sih, guys? Gila banget nggak?
Cepet.
Nggak ada linknya, Cok. Nggak dapat aku.
Ya ampun. Kalau kita nobar Naruto aja,
Kok nggak ada ya? Masa nggak dapat ini?
Kita nobar Naruto aja kalau gitu.
Sumpah adanya Barcelona doang tadi. Oh my fucking god. Ada Milan Sassuolo, Cok. Goblok. Soalnya kalau aku pakai video.com itu nggak muncul, guys.
راشفورد كاسيميرو الغاز ترجعها كاسيميرو لعبها اليسرى من هنالك اوغارتي راشفورد نصير مزراوي هيلا الكرة ترجع لنصير مازال عنده كرة الآن مزراوي لراشفورد والتوزيع
Tapi jelek banget, cuy, ini. Lihat gambarnya dah. Mana kok nggak share screen, Cok? Nggak bisa kok share ini kan, share Discordnya orang kan. Lah siapa kok ganti pemain? Lah padahal kok biasanya bisa share screen ya. Nah, not found di aku jala live-nya. Apa pakai ini ya? Hah? Mana share screenmu? Screen sudah. Nih lihat nih, di tempatku burik cok masalahnya. Kok jala live-nya nggak ada ya? Bentar, kayaknya udah dihapus Kominfo deh. Pakai VPN dulu ya. Salah, Jala Live Sport. Garnacho. Wah, nggak jelas, Cok. Kecewa. Nggak bisa di akun not found, bro. I'm sorry, goodbye, bro.
Boleh coba pakai iPad.
Udah tinggal Cok, Anda kecil. Kan gua mau lihat. Kenapa? Gila, mana nonton bola, Cok?
Dia kan itu, dia kan sama si Alto.
Lagi zombie. Nih, bisa pakai VPN, guys. Nah, kok rapinya, goblok. Chelsea, Cok.
Ya, nggak perlu ya. Kemudian adanya itu kali ini.
Grup judi semua isinya, Cok.
Mafia kali ini. Tarik kanan.
Datu. Udah ya, thank you semuanya sudah nonton live stream makan kali ini. Kita langsung pindah ke live PC, kita nobar bareng teman-teman di Discord ya. Ada Mas Bas, ada Bang Aldo, ada Bang V, ada Teh Linda. Teh Linda emang nonton bola, guys. Sampai bertemu di live PC, guys. Thank you semuanya. Ahlan wa sahlan. Suara bolanya matiin.
Komentar berisik. Mafia ini biasa bukan mafia sih perasaanku.
Nggak tahu di sebelah mana. Oh, ini nih. Kecilin aja lah ya. Kalian kecilin sendiri deh. Offside, Cok. Jauh. Facecamku mana ya? Ganteng banget anjing. Mana nobar? Scoreboard. Aduh. Nobar bola. Ganti live. Lah kok ngulang-ulang? Oh, emang link judi ya dia ya?
Mas. Busuk.
Tar, aku belum makan, belum apa, Cuk. Sabar. Lupa aku cok anjing. Menikmati banget jalan-jalan. Pas dateng. Kenapa kamu mendesah, Cok? Gelo handicap 0 main under. Gimana? Bener gak itu orang itu? Wih. Nasi itu mau dimakan kucing anjing. Lu goblok.